Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Deku became the glitched singing hero part 1. If you guys enjoy this what if and want to see part 2, comment down below and let me know before I start. Please do support for more awesome content and leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also share this video with your friends and check out the description in my playlist. The author of the story 𝗧𝗵𝗃 from WhatIf. So let's start the video. It was night time at a high school, with the students and teachers having a karaoke night, with a lot of students and teachers singing their favorite songs, including 𝗧𝗵𝗃, who is currently on stage. Everyone was having a good time with everything seeming fine until laughing could be heard. Izuku was currently setting with his friends 𝗵𝗃 and 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 as 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 and 𝗧𝗜𝗧𝗟𝗔 were currently setting with the other girls of class 1A. Izuku is enjoying the show, but his mind is elsewhere, because just this morning he received a text from none other than 𝗵𝗃𝗪𝗪, the blonde girl he met during his trip with All Might to I-island. But it didn't exactly go to plan, because All Might's friend 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗪, who is Melissa's father, had hired several villains, including one called 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗪, to steal a powerful device that could amplify a person's quick, but 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗪 betrayed David and took the device for himself. Luckily, Izuku together with All Might was able to defeat 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗪 and save Melissa and her father, and now Melissa has reached out to him, explaining that a battle tournament would be happening soon on the island and that he should come participate. And after talking with his mother, All Might, Mr. Aizawa, and the rest of his teachers, they agreed, and tomorrow Izuku, his mom, and All Might will leave for I-island. However, there would also be someone else coming along, Eri, the little girl that he and Mirio rescued from Overhaul, the leader of the Shie Hassaikai, whose quirk has the power to rewind individuals. Izuku and Eri have become closer, and Eri is slowly beginning to come out of her shell, and now that he and Mirio successfully made her smile during the school festival, she is slowly but surely recovering. So Mr. Aizawa asked that he take Eri with him on his trip to I-island, believing that seeing more of the world would help her, and Izuku of course agreed, and he's excited to show her all the different sights on the island, including the expo, and will maybe even take her to the beach. Izuku smiles as he looks back to the stage to see 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 sing a song together with Kirishima as a group of students behind the stage, including Katsuki Bakugo, Tsirohanta, Denki Kaminari, and Minoru Mineta laugh. Man, I can't wait to see the look on Midoriya's face after this. Kaminari says as Bakugo fills a box with paper strips. I don't know about this, guys. You sure this is a good idea? 𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗟. Shut up, tapearms. I can't wait to see Deku's face when H is caught off guard. He'll probably PSS his pants. Bakugo says with a huge grin on his face. Later that night, it was almost the end of karaoke night, as the 18+ hero Midnight comes on stage. Alright everyone. The votes are in on the student everyone wants to see perform. Whoever is selected must sing the final song to end off karaoke night. Midnight says as Snipe brings out the box, as Midnight searches randomly and pulls out the paper slip. And the winner is Izuku Midoriya. Midnight yells, shocking everyone, but no one was more shocked than Izuku himself. What was all Deku could say. Midnight, there has to be some sort of mistake. Izuku yells. Sorry handsome, but your name is the one I picked. Now come on up here and give everyone a show. Midnight says. Izuku gulps, now on stage, shaking, nervous and sweating, only thinking, how the hell can I get out of this? Down in the audience, the girls of class 1A look at the nervous boy as if he's about to pass out from stage fright, as they wonder who voted for Izuku. How did Deku end up like this? Ochako asked, turning to her friends Momo Yaoyorozu, 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗪𝗧𝗟, 𝗧𝗜𝗧𝗟𝗔, Toru Hagakure, and Mina Ashido, who all fell bad for the boy, turning to see Bakugo and some of the boys snickering. I should have known they would try something. Momo says, angry, as she and the others sat with scowls on their faces, because in truth they had all devolved feelings for Izuku, though only Ochako's was known to them. Izuku still stands on stage, nervous, looking to see Bakugo and his friends laughing at him. Angered, Izuku sighs, relaxing his nerves as he adjusts the microphone, and then Izuku started singing. When can we do this again? When can I see you again? When can we do this again? When can I see you again? When can we do this again? When can I see you again? SWH on the sky, and the stars glow for you, go see the world, 'cause it's all so brand new. Don't close your eyes, 'cause your future's ready to shine. It's just a matter of time before we learn how to fly. Welcome to the rhythm of the night. There's something in the air you can't deny. It's been fun, but now I've got to go. Life is way too short to take it slow. But before I go and hit the road, I gotta know. Till then, when can we do this again? Oh, when can I see you again? Oh, when can we do this again? Oh, I gotta know. When can I see you again? When can I see you again? Joined at the hip. Yeah, your sidekick needs you. Life is a trip, and the road map leads you. Look all around at the mountains you haven't climbed. It's just a matter of time before we learn how to fly. Welcome to the rhythm of the night. There's something in the air you can't deny. It's been fun, but now I've got to go. Life is way too short to take it slow. But before I go and hit the road, I gotta know. Till then, when can we do this again? Oh, when can I see you again? Oh, when can we do this again? I gotta know. When can I see you again? Bakugo's jaw hits the floor as everyone else jumps up from their seats dancing, while others like Mr. Izawa and Shoto Todoroki tap their feet, snap their fingers as Izuku continues to sing. Don't close your eyes, 'cause your future's ready to shine. It's just a matter of time before we learn how to fly. Welcome to the rhythm of the night. There's something in the air you can't deny, so let me know before I wave goodbye. When can I see you again? Oh, when can we do this again? Oh, when can I see you again? Oh, when can we do this again? Oh, yeah, it's been fun, but now I've got to go. Life is way too short to take it slow. But before I go and hit the road, tell me when can I see you again? When can I see you again? Tell me when can I see you again? Izuku finishes the song as the gym goes silent until "Way to go, Deku!" Ochako yells, cheering her crush on as the whole gym erupts in cheers. Izuku smiles, embarrassed, rubbing the back of his head as he bows, going off stage only to bombarded with questions from his classmates. Midoriya, that was so manly, bro, Kirishima says. Deku, that was amazing. Ochako says as she and the other girls get closer to Izuku. So close. Izuku says, blushing embarrassed. How many instruments can you play? Koike asks, amazed by how good Izuku sang. Good question. I can play drums, guitar, bass, piano, trumpet, a few others as well, but it's more a hobby than something I want to do as a profession. Besides, I still want to be the world's greatest hero like All Might. He says, smiling, making Koike blush. Wow, Teach, this is new. She thinks, smiling, feeling her heart beating faster than normal, though all the girls' hearts were beating faster after hearing Izuku sing. In the back of the stadium setting with the second-year students, the girl with pink hair, 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗏, stares at Izuku with a huge blush on her face. She had developed a small crush on him since his fight against Todoroki during the sports festival, and hearing him sing just made her fall for him even more. The big three, Mirio Togata, Tamaki Amajiki, and Nijire Hato, also cheer from their seats. Seems like Midoriya is showing more of his hidden talent. That guy is full of surprises. Mirio says. Tamaki nods, just wanting to go home as Nijire looks at Izuku dreamily. Amazing, she says softly. The next morning. Almost done packing, young Midoriya? Toshinori asks, entering his successor's room once again, seeing all the posters and action figures of himself when he could still use his muscle form. Still have to find a place to hide all my music. I don't want someone coming in and finding them while I'm gone. I see. Alright, I'm going to go meet up with your mother, and Mirio and his friends have brought Eri. Okay, All Might, I'll join you in just a second. Izuku says, smiling. All Might returns the smile, rubbing his successor's green hair before leaving as Izuku hides the music under his bed. Alright, this is it. Time to go back to I-island and Izuku suddenly feels intense pain as electricity surges through his body as OFA activates in his fingers, sending a small energy wave, as his eyes glow a bright green before returning to normal. Och, what the? Izuku asks, holding his fingers, relieved that they're not broken but surprised by what just happened, looking at his body to see nothing out of the ordinary. That was strange. He says before leaving to join his mother, All Might and Eri, unaware that he had just suffered a glitch because of something that should never have happened long ago, and that he will suffer more of them while on I-island until they eventually kill him. Shoto Todoroki had woken up early that morning as he was getting ready to go visit his mother together with his sister and brother as Midoriya suddenly runs past him holding a suitcase. Midoriya, where are you going? Todoroki asks. Oh, good morning, Todoroki. I'm going with all might and my mom back to I-island. I got an invitation to participate in the fighting tournament coming up. Oh, I see. I was hoping you could come with me to see my mom. Me, Fuyumi and Natsuo are going to go visit her, and sis has both been asking about you. He says, shocking Midoriya. As she has. Izuku asked with a light blush, remembering how she thanked him for being Todoroki's friend. Thank you for being Shoto's friend, Midoriya. She said, taking his hand as Izuku blushes from the memory. Shoto smiles. He's well aware that his sister developed a crush on Midoriya and he's been working on a plan to get them together, and that plan is for Izuku to sing to her. He was one of 4 a students that knows Izuku can sing and that he makes songs. You know it's only a matter of time before they know you make music, right? He asked, concerned. Yeah, I know, but for now, I'd rather keep it a secret. I don't want any unwanted attention. Eve got all the CDs under my bed. Oh, I gotta get going. See you next week, Todoroki. Tell your family I said hey. Izuku says, running out of the dorms. I will. Todoroki says, smiling. Watching Midoriya leave the dorms and go outside to meet with All Might and his mom, making Todoroki wonder if Midoriya is in fact All Might's secret love child, as he pulls a notebook out of nowhere and starts adding to his notes about Izuku's and All Might's relationship. One day, Midoriya, one day I will prove to everyone that All Might is your secret dad. He thinks as he heads back to his dorm room to get his things before going to meet with Fuyumi and Natsuo. With Izuku. Izuku walks out of Heights Alliance to see All Might talking with his mom along with Mirio, Tamaki and Nijire together with Eri. Mr. Deku, you're here. Eri says, running to him as Izuku gets on one knee and embraces the little girl. Hey Eri. Izuku says before releasing from the hug as he looks up at Mirio, Tamaki and Nijire. Hey Midoriya, so you're going to I-island for a week? Mirio asks. Yep. But only because I got an invitation to participate in the fighting tournament, and I thought it would be good for Eri. Izuku says, I know man, just keep her safe and try not to sing too much, you might end up making all those girls out there fall for you. Mirio jokes. What did you mean? Izuku stutters, blushing up a storm. Hey relax man, I was just kidding, go have a good time, and do your best in that fighting tournament, we'll be rooting for you. Got to go. See you later Eri. Have fun with Deku. Mirio says, giving Eri a fist bump and waving goodbye to Izuku. Izuku waves goodbye but then feels something soft on his cheek as he sharply turns to Nijire Hato, who smiles at him with a blush on her face. Bye Izuku. She says before turning to join her 2 best friends. Izuku then realizes that Nijire had just kissed him on the cheek as his face explodes in red as Eri watches confused, not understanding because Nijire gives her kisses before bed. Are you ready Izuku? Inko asks, picking up Eri. Why yeah, let's get going. Izuku says, trying to not faint, as he loads up his and Eri's luggage, putting in the back of the car, and getting in the back next to Eri. Are we all ready? All Might ask with a huge grin. Ready. Izuku, Inko and Eri yell excited as All Might begins driving them to the airport. Hey young Midoriya, why don't we put on one of your songs? All Might ask. Sure. I thought we might want to listen to a few, so I brought a few tracks with me. Izuku says, smiling, handing his mom one of the tracks. What song is it? Eri asks, curious. This song is called You're Welcome. I think you'll like it Eri, Izuku says as the track starts playing. Okay, I see what's happening here. You're face to face with greatness, and it's strange you don't even know how you feel. It's adorable. Well, it's nice to see that humans never change. Izuku smiles, watching as Eri swings and kicks her feet, swaying her head left and right to the song. Open your eyes, let's begin. Yes, it's really me, it's Maui, breathe it in. I know it's a lot the hair, the bod when you're staring at a demigod. What can I say except, you're welcome, for the tides, the sun, the sky. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. I'm just an ordinary demiguy. Hey, what is 2 thumbs and pulled up the sky when you were waddling ya high? This guy when the nights got cold who stole you fire from down below. You're looking at him, yo oh, also I lassoed the sun. You're welcome to stretch your days and bring you fun. Also I harness the breeze. You're welcome to fill your sails and shake your trees. So what can I say except you're welcome for the islands I pulled from the sea. There's no need to pray. It's okay, you're welcome, huh? I guess it's just my way of being me. You're welcome, well, come to think of it kid, Honestly, I could go on and on. I could explain every natural phenomenon: the tide, the grass, the ground. Oh, that was Maui just messing around. I killed an eel, I buried its guts, sprouted a tree. Now you got coconuts. What's the lesson? What is the takeaway? Don't mess with Maui when he's on a breakaway, and the tapestry here on my skin is a map of the victories I win. Look where I've been, I make everything happen. Look at that mean mini, we just tickety tappin', ha ha ha. Hey, well, anyway, let me say, you're welcome for the wonderful world, you know. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. Well, come to think of it, I gotta go. Hey, it's your day to say, you're welcome, 'cause I'm gonna need that boat I'm sailing away. You're welcome, 'cause Maui can do anything but float. You're welcome, and thank you. The song ends as everyone claps for Izuku. I must say, young Midoriya, that was impressive. Thanks, All Might. Izuku says before turning to Eri. What did you think of it, Eri? Izuku asks. Mr. Deku, that was amazing. Eri says, smiling, melting Izuku's heart. She's so adorable. He thinks as they finally arrive to the airport with Eri amazed by all the airplanes. What are those? Eri asks. Those are airplanes, sweetie. They fly in the air and take you to all kinds of different places. Inko says. Where are we going? She asks. We're going to I-island, where one of my best friend and his daughter live. I'm sure Melissa will love to meet you. Toshinori explains as he parks the car as they unload all the luggage. She won't hurt me, will she? Eri asks, nervous, holding Izuku's hand. No, Eri, Melissa is a good person. She's even helped me before. I'm sure you'll love her. Izuku explains. Okay, Daddy. Eri says, shocking everyone. Did Eri just call me Daddy? Izuku yells internally. All Might is shocked while Inko is crying tears of joy, happy she's now a grandmother and begins hoping her son will get a girlfriend, maybe more, and give her lots of grandbabies. Eri, why did you call me Daddy? Izuku asks. Because you take care of me and teach me and because you're my daddy. Eri says. Izuku smiles, hugging her tightly. Then I guess you're my daughter now. I love you, my little unicorn. I love you too, Daddy. Eri says, smiling, hugging him back, making Inko and All Might smile at the sight before they begin holding hands as they walk inside the airport. Back at Heights Alliance, Ochako Uraraka woke up with a mission. This is it. Today I finally tell Deku how I feel. She says, determined. After watching him sing last night, she dreamt that Izuku sang to her before they got married, adopted Eri and had kids together, but all of a sudden she bumps into Momo Yaoyorozu. Yamamoto, what are you doing here? Ochako asks. I was just coming to check on Izuku. Is he in his room? Momo asks, surprising Ochako. Why do you want to know? She asks, getting jealous. Oh, I'm come to tell Izuku I've fallen hard for him. She says, blushing. You what? Ochako yells. Hey, what are you two talking about? Mina asks with Koika, Tsuyu and Toru behind her. Oh, I'm just here to tell Izuku I've fallen in love with him. Momo says, smiling with a blush. The other girls yell. But I thought you had a crush on Todoroki. Mina asks. Well, I did at first. But over the past few weeks Izuku really grew on me. He even helped me clean up after class despite not being class president anymore, and when I heard him sing last night, I knew he was the one. Momo says. Wait, so why are you four here? Ochako asks. Mina, Toru, Tsuyu and Jiraiya all blush, with Ochako immediately understanding. Diamenet. Dose every girl in the school like Deku. She yells internally, not knowing that was in fact the case. Well, if you all would please excuse me, I'm going to go confess to Izuku now. Momo says, trying to leave only to be stopped by Ochako. Oh no you don't, Yamamoto. You know I've had a crush on him for months now. I know, but you never told him, so I thought I should go on and tell him. Try to stop me. Momo says with a cold voice. Like hell you are, he's mine. Ochako yells. Hey, who said he was either of yours? Izuku was pretty hot last night and I want a piece of that. Tsu. All the girls yell, shocked. What? It's mating session and Midoriya went and sang. I know it's not how I act normally, but I want him as well. She says as Mina goes to Izuku's door to find a note. Girls, come here and see this. Mina yells as the girls stop fighting and come over to read what the note says. Dear everyone, I'm going back to I-island with all might, my mom and Eri to see Melissa and her father and fight in this year's fighting tournament. I had to leave early so I couldn't say goodbye, but I'll keep in touch. See you guys when I get back. Izuku Midoriya. All the girls frown in disappointment but are excited to watch Izuku fight in an event similar to the sports festival as Bakugo walks out of his room. What the hell are you extras doing here? This is our side. He yells. The girls frown, glaring at him. Deku left this morning for I-island. He's going to be fighting in a tournament similar to the sports festival. Bakugo says, what? Not only can that bastard ding, but he gets to go fight. I'm the one who should be there. Angry that Bakugo is talking bad about their green-haired cinnamon roll, Momo decides to taunt him. You sound jealous, Bakugo. Shut up, ponytail. I am not jealous of that wimp, but he is hiding something and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it, he says, getting in front of Izuku's door and slams it open. Ida, who heard the commission, runs outside. Bakugo, you can't just go into Midoriya's room without permission. He yells, hand chopping. FOFF 4 eyes. Bakugo yells, going through Izuku's stove until he finds a bag hidden under his bed as he opens it to find a note that says, my music. Holy SHT, Midoriya has an entire music collection. Mina says, excited. We should totally listen to them. Toru says, excited. No, this is an invasion of someone's privacy. Midoriya had those hidden for a reason. Ida argues, unaware that Todoroki had returned together with his sister and brother. So, Shoto, how's Midoriya been doing? Fuyumi asks as she, Natsuo and Shoto are eating lunch with Rei. Yes, I am also curious about him. How is your friend doing? Rei asks. Todoroki swallows his cold soba before speaking. He seemed fine. He's going to I-island to fight in a tournament, he says before eating some more soba. Oh really? How exciting. Do you know what day the first event starts? Rei asks. Should be starting Thursday, but Midoriya won't be up against just anyone. He'll be up against some of the toughest pros. Father also received an invitation but he refused to go. Why, I don't know. Shoto says, well, I hope when he returns you can bring him here. I would like to meet the boy who helped you use your fire, she says with a soft smile. Shoto nods as the 4 Todorokis finish their food. SpongeBob narrator later. After saying goodbye to their mother, Shoto, Fuyumi and Natsuo make their way back to you. When they suddenly hear yelling. Holy SHT, Midoriya has an entire music collection. Mina yells, we should totally listen to them. Toru says, excited. No, this is an invasion of someone's privacy. Midoriya had those hidden for a reason. Ida yells as Shoto, Fuyumi and Natsuo look to see almost everyone in Midoriya's room. Natsuo and Fuyumi are blown away by all the different posters and action figures of All Might. He really is a fanboy. Fuyumi thinks, blushing, while Shoto is looking at the bag holding all of Midoriya's music. CRP. He thinks before speaking. What are you all doing? He asks. Everyone turns to see Shoto, Fuyumi and Natsuo. Oh Todoroki, we were just Momo says, sweat dropping. I see you all found Midoriya's music, he says, neutrally, getting everyone's attention. Wait, Todoroki, you knew about this? Mina yells. Yeah. Todoroki says. Shoto, you never said Midoriya could sing. Fuyumi says, though she's curious how good Izuku is. Why didn't you say anything, I-island? Bakugo yells. He was furious because he's known Izuku the longest but never knew he could sing. You never asked, and I agree with Ida, you shouldn't be going through Midoriya's things, he says, becoming serious. I agree with Todoroki and Ida, we don't have permission from Midoriya. Tokoyami says. Yeah, I kinda agree too, this isn't very manly of us. Kirishima says. Oh come on, you guys are no fun. Besides, what's Mr. Aizawa gonna do, expel us? Mina asks. Are you challenging me? Everyone turns to see their homeroom teacher, Mr. Aizawa, also known as the pro hero Eraserhead, looking at them angry, his eyes glowing red. Who was it who broke into Midoriya's room? Bakugo. Everyone says. Huh. He shouts only to be wrapped in Mr. Izuku's cloth, wanting an explanation as the students explain what happened. I'm disappointed in you all for not stopping Bakugo, except for Todoroki, since he wasn't here. Mr. Izuku says sighing. What's going on, Eraser? Mr. Izuku turns to see Principal Nizu with the big three together with a girl with pink hair. Principal Nizu and the big three. All the students shout except for Shoto, Fuyumi and Natsuo, making Mirio and the pink-haired girl start laughing at how shocked everyone is, as Ниjiire goes up to everyone and starts asking tons of questions while Tamaki hides behind Mirio, not wanting to be in front of so many people. Anyway, what are you all doing? Mirio asks. I was just about to punish everyone for bracking into Midoriya's room and going through his music bag. Mirio, Tamaki and Ниjiire all go pale as they look to see Midoriya's music laying on the floor, then at Todoroki, who nods, making a mental note to text Midoriya and tell him his secret's out. So it seems Midoriya's secret is out, huh? He asks. Wait, what are you talking about? 𝗬𝗏 asks, turning to the blonde. Well, me, Ниjiire and Tamaki also know that Midoriya can sing. What? Everyone yells. Yep, we even made a few songs with him. Mirio says, smiling proudly. Really? Let's listen to some of them. 𝗬𝗏 says, excited. Who's this hot babe? Mineta asks, drooling at 𝗬𝗏 as Kaminari whispers to him. Yeah, she's pretty cute. Kaminari says only for the two perverts to freeze when she turns, meaning she heard them. Hello, I'm 𝗬𝗏. I'm a second-year hero student. She says, choosing to ignore how perverted they are acting as Nizu begins searching through Izuku's bag. Nizu, what are you doing? Izuku asks. Looking for a song to play. This one will do. Nizu says, pulling out a song called Immortals. Nizu, we really should. Just one song. Nizu says, smiling wide as he puts CD into the player as the song starts playing. They say we are what we are, but we don't have to be. I'm bad behavior, but I do it in the best way. I'll be the watcher of the eternal flame. I'll be the guard dog of all your fever dreams. Uhu, I am the sand bottom half of the hourglass glass. Glass, uhu. I try to picture me without you, but I can't, 'cause we could be immortals. Immortals, just not for long, and live with me forever now. Pull the blackout curtains down, just not for long, because we could be. Immortals. 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 The girls are dancing to the song while Fuyumi is absolutely blown away by how good Izuku can sing. Wow. He's amazing. She thinks, blushing as she begins imagining Izuku singing to her as Natsuo notices and chuckles. Looks like someone's got a crush on a certain broccoli head. He thinks as they continue listening to the song. Sometimes the only payoff for having any faith is when it's tested again and again every day. I'm still comparing your past to my future. It might be your wound, but they're my sutures. Uhu, I am the sand bottom half of the hourglass glass. Glass, uhu. I try to picture me without you, but I can't, 'cause we could be immortals. Immortals, just not for long, and live with me forever now. Pull the blackout curtains down, just not for long, we could be immortals. Immortals, and live with me forever now. Pull the blackout curtains down, we could be immortals. Immortals, just not for long, we could be immortals. Immortals. Jiro says with a blush, amazed, wanting to ask Izuku to sing with her and maybe do other things. Oh my god, that was amazing. Fuyumi says with stars in her eyes, surprising Shoto and Natsuo. I agree, that was a good song. I was hoping to speak with Midoriya, but since he's already gone, that can wait. Besides, I have an idea. Izuku, get everyone to gather in the gymnasium. I need to make a few phone calls. Nizu says, chuckling to himself as everyone looks at Nizu confused. With Izuku and the others. Izuku is currently sleeping with Eri's head leaning on his arm, while Inko has her head on All Might's shoulder as Toshinori is sleeping, having the strangest dream. Toshinori opens his eyes to see nothing but darkness. Toshi. All Might's eyes go wide. That voice, that sounds like Toshi. All Might turns shocked to see his 𝗵𝗃 Nana Shimura together with who All Might can only assume are the previous wielders of OFA. 𝗵𝗃. All Might asks, completely shocked, only she's crying, something All Might has never seen before. What's going on? Why am I here? 𝗧𝗵𝗲 asks. Toshi, you have to hurry. Midoriya is running out of time, you must save him. Nana says, shocking the former symbol of peace. All Might freezes, what does she mean? What's wrong with young Midoriya? 𝗵𝗃𝗲, what do you mean? 𝗧𝗵𝗲 asks as Nana looks him right in time his eyes. 𝗧𝗵𝗲, when Midoriya starts malfunctioning, you and your friend must do everything in your power to save him. Promise me you can do that. The world will Midoriya in the future. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. I don't. Promise me, Toshi. She yells, grabbing his shoulders. I promise him. I am his 𝗵𝗃𝗲 after all, and it's my duty to protect him. Nana smiles, wiping away tears as she hugs her former student. I'm so proud of you, Toshi. You're a good dad to Midoriya and will be a great husband for Inko as well. She says, shocking All Might. How does she know I was going to propose to young Midoriya's mother after the tournament? He thinks horrified. Him and Inko had been dating for some time now, and All Might had planned that after Izuku's fights he will take them on a vacation to Hawaii for another week. There he will propose to Inko. He's even already informed Principal Nizu and the other staff. Looks like we're out of time. Remember, you must save Midoriya at all cost or the world will be doomed. Goodbye, 𝗧𝗵𝗲. I'm happy we got to see each other again. She says, smiling with tears in her eyes. Wait, 𝗵𝗃𝗲, I don't understand. What's happening to Izuku? All Might yells. Take a sample of his DNA, hair or BLD, then you will know. Just remember to act fast before it's too late. She says as she and the others disappear. All Might screams, waking up and in the process waking Inko up as well. Toshi, are you okay? Inko asks, worried for her boyfriend. All Might, who's sweating, looks back to see Izuku calmly sleeping with Eri hugging onto his arm, sighing in relief, believing it was just some kind of strange nightmare. I am fine, Inko, it's nothing. All Might says, smiling. Though worried, Inko smiles, kissing his cheek. I'm excited to finally meet your friend and his daughter, maybe her and Izuku could get together, maybe they'll get married and have grandbabies. Inko says, making All Might sweat drop but smile. Attention everyone. The plane will soon be landing on I-island. The pilot says. All Might smiles, looking forward to seeing David and Melissa again, but then that smile disappears as he looks back at his young successor. Could something really be wrong with young Midoriya? He thinks, nervous as the plane finally lands on I-island. A few hours later, a group of students, heroes and teachers walk into the gym with everyone except for Class 1A, the Big Three, 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗏, Fuyumi Todoroki, Natsuo Todoroki and Aizawa are wondering why they are here. With Class 1B, I wonder why we were called all of a sudden. Itsuka Kendo asks, confused. Not sure, but it's gotta be important if we're all here, especially Class 1A. Tetsu says as Monoma starts laughing. Probably because the principal realized how inferior Class 1A is and how we are far superior. What did you say, shithead? Bakugo yells, enraged. You heard me, you sorry excuse of a hero. Looks like you're being left behind by us, you. Monoma tries to finish only for Kendo to knock him out. You just never stop, do you? She asks, frustrated as Principal Nizu walks onto the stage, tapping on the mic to get everyone's attention. Hello everyone. Now I'm sure you're all wondering why you are here. Nizu says. Yeah, what gives? Mount Lady says, this better be important since we're all here. Endeavor says as Shoto and Natsuo glare at their father, wondering why the hell Nizu invited him here. Actually, this is about Class 1A's very own Izuku Midoriya. He says, smiling. Hearing this, Koda looks around confused, wondering where his hero is. Auntie, where's Deku? He's not here. Do you think he's all right? Koda asks, worried. Mandalay smiles. Izuku Midoriya really changed how Koda views heroes, and she will forever be grateful for what he did to save Koda during the attack at the summer camp. I'm sure he's just fine. She says, smiling with a small blush, not knowing that Midoriya is actually not in fact fine. Oh, you're blushing again, Shino. Are you thinking about a certain Kitan and how fatherly he is to Koda? Pixie Bob, also known as Ryuko Tsuchikawa, says, teasing her. Shut up, it's not like that. Besides, I think I'm a little too old for him anyway. Mandalay says with disappointment in her voice. Oh come on, you're only 31. And who knows, maybe Midoriya is in to order women. Tomoko says, only making Mandalay feel old more. You three pay attention. Tiger says as the three pussycats snap back to attention. I have brought you all here because you have some sort of relationship with Midoriya, especially since that karaoke night. Nizu says. This got everyone's attention, essentially the girls, as Nizu speaks again. I was going to ask if he would perform for us, but since he's gone with All Might to I-island, he won't be returning for a week. Nizu says, deciding to leave out the extra week. All Might had requested to go to Hawaii to propose to Midoriya's mother. However, Midoriya lift this bag of all the music he's made. I will pull out random songs from the bag to play. Now let's see. Oh, this one's a music video. It's called Welcome by Izuku, Mirio, Tamaki and 𝗵𝗃𝗏. He reads aloud. Hey, this is one of the songs we made with Midoriya. Mirio says, smiling as Nizu puts the disc into the player as the music starts playing. Izuku, Mirio and Tamaki, there's nothing complicated about the way we live. We're all here for each other, happy to give, proud of who we are, humble beneath the stars. We've everything we need, the moon, the sun. There is more than enough here for everyone. All we have, we share, and all of us, we care. So, come on, welcome to our family time, welcome to our brotherly time. We're happy giving and to the friends we're making. There's nothing we won't do. Welcome to our family time, welcome to our happy to be time. This is our festival, and best of all, we're here to share it all. There's a bond between us nobody can explain. It's a celebration of life and seeing friends again. I'll be there for you, I know you'd be there for me too. So, come on, welcome to our family time, welcome into the family, welcome to our brotherly time with our brothers here. This is our festival, and best of all, we're here to share it all, remembering loved ones departed, someone dear to your heart. Finding love, plan the future, telling stories and Logan with friends, precious moments you'll never forget. 𝗵𝗃𝗏, this has to be the most appealing, the most peaceful place I've ever been to. It's nothing like I've ever seen before. When I think how far I've come, I can't believe it, and yet I see it, and then I see family, I see the way we used to be. When 𝗵𝗃𝗏 sang, all the guys, even Todoroki and Bakugo, were drooling over 𝗵𝗃𝗏 and her singing, while the girls are amazed by how good she is. Wow, Hato, your voice is so appealing. Fuwa says. Thank you, Moata. 𝗵𝗃𝗏 says, but begins to blush knowing what happens after the song. Izuku, Mirio and Tamaki, come on, welcome to our family time, welcome into the family, welcome to our brotherly time. Feels like family, we're happy given, and Takin, to the friends we're making, there's nothing we won't do. Welcome to our family time, welcome into the family, welcome to our happy to be time. I'm feeling happy to be, this is our festival, and best of all you're here to share it, we're here to share it all. The song ends, but the video does not. Izuku, that was so much fun, thank you for letting us sing this with you. She yells before grabbing Izuku and giving him a big kiss on the cheek, leaving a lipstick mark as Izuku turns crimson red. Why, you're welcome. Izuku says before passing out with Mirio and Tamaki, laughing as the video ends. The whole gym goes silent and the jealousy was thick, especially with Fuyumi, who ends up accidentally using her frost quirk to drop the temperature of the gym to freezing, making everyone shiver. Sis, turn your quirk off, you're gonna freeze us all to death. Natsuo says as Fuyumi looks at 𝗵𝗃𝗏 with a jealous cold face. So Hato, how close are you to Midoriya? Fuyumi asks, making Shoto, Natsuo and even Endeavor shiver at how cold she sounds. Yeah. And don't lie, couse, we will know. Momo says with an equally cold voice, with Ochako, Koika, Tsu, Mina and Toru behind her glaring as 𝗵𝗃𝗏 panics, waving her hands back and forth. It was an accident. I was just caught up in the moment, she says, lying, couse, she did do it on purpose, as Mirio jumps in to save his friend from the ice princess Fuyumi and the girls of one. Whoa, ladies, take it easy. 𝗵𝗃𝗏 can be very expensive, like she said, she got caught in the moment, sometimes it just happens to her. Mirio says. Fuyumi, Momo, Ochako and the other girls narrow their eyes at Mirio and 𝗵𝗃𝗏 until they went with it and went back to their seats, with Momo giving 𝗵𝗃𝗏, I'm watching you. Hand Moton before seating back down as 𝗵𝗃𝗏 sighs in relief, but knows Mirio will tease her later. Now that that's over, let's continue. Nizu says, pulling out another song. On I-island. Alright class, make sure you have all assignments turned in by tomorrow, And remember, Wednesday the I-island fighting tournament will begin, so we will not be having class, Wednesday through Friday. The teacher says before gathering his belongings and leaving the classroom, as the students do the same except for one. A tall, appealing blonde girl with blue eyes sits in the back of the classroom. Melissa sighs. It's been a while now since 𝗲𝗲𝗏 had tried to take her father away, but was stopped thanks to Uncle Might together with a cute boy with freckles and green hair, Deku. Deku, she says, smiling with a blush, remembering what Deku told her after he and Uncle Might stopped 𝗲𝗲𝗏. Flashback, we did it together. After all, the only way I made it this far was because I had your full gauntlet on my arm. Thanks so much for your help. We make a good team, she says, smiling. Flashback ends. Melissa sighs as she snaps out of her daydream, and sighs when she suddenly hears her phone buzz to see it's a text from her Uncle Might. Hey Melissa, me, 𝗵𝗃𝗃, his mother and 𝗵𝗃𝗃 have arrived and we're at the airport. Me, Inko and 𝗵𝗃𝗃 will meet you here. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 will meet us a little later. The text reads. Excited, Melissa jumps from her seat, grabs her bag, and rushes out the door to the airport. Finally getting off the plane, the four arrive in the I-island airport. Alright, if everyone wants to, we can just wait here on Melissa, then head to Dave's place. All Might says when suddenly 𝗵𝗃𝗃's stomach begins to growl, meaning only one thing. Daddy, I'm hungry. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 says as Inko picks her up. I am too. There's a restaurant just over there. Let's go get something for lunch. Inko says as 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗃 nods in agreement. You three go on ahead. I'm not feeling too hungry right now. I'm gonna go walk around for a bit. He says, but it makes 𝗵𝗃𝗃 scared. You'll come back, right? She asks, nervous. Izuku smiles, getting on one knee and kisses the little horn on her head. I promise I will. Just have fun with Grandma and Grandpa Might while I'm gone. I'll be back soon. Izuku says, leaving the airport as All Might, Inko and 𝗵𝗃𝗃 go to the small restaurant to get lunch and wait for Melissa. SpongeBob narrator. 5 minutes later. Melissa rushes into the airport, taking a few minutes to look around as she walks into the restaurant. Melissa, hey Melissa, over here. She turns to her now very thin uncle together with a short green-haired woman and adorable little girl who's coloring. Uncle Might, she says, going over and hugging him. It's wonderful to see you again, Melissa. All Might hugs her briefly, going into his muscle form before changing back, coughing up BLD, making Melissa worry. Cough, cough. Sorry Melissa, but as you can see, I can't really be in my muscle form anymore since my fight against 𝗵𝗃𝗏. All Might says. I know, I admit I'm still not used to seeing you like this, but I'll get used to it. She says, smiling. 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗃 smiles, only to feel a dark aura surrounding Inko, who's looking at him with closed eyes and smiling. Toshi, what have I said about going into your muscle form? Inko says. 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗃 goes pale, wanting to hide behind Melissa. His girlfriend could be really scary when she gets mad. Don't use my muscle form because I'll hurt myself. Sorry dear, I'm still used to it, he says, sweat dropping with a smile as Inko frowns. I'm just worried about your health dear. I don't want you to hurt yourself more than you already are, she says, making All Might smile before kissing Inko's cheek. I know, thank you Inko, he says as Melissa asks at the sight, happy her uncle has found love. And you must be Melissa Shield. It's so nice to finally meet you. Toshi and Izuku both have said great things about you, Inko says as the two shake hands. You too, Ms. 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃, Melissa says, smiling. Please call me Inko, sweetie, Inko says as 𝗵𝗃𝗃 speaks up. Grandma, who is she? 𝗵𝗃𝗃 asks, pointing at Melissa. Wait, Grandma. Melissa thinks, confused. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, this is Melissa Shield, my friend's daughter and young 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃's friend. So, she's Daddy's friend? 𝗵𝗃𝗃 asks. Daddy. Melissa yells internally as Inko giggles. Yes, sweetie, she's one of Izuku's friends. Why don't you say hi to her? Hi, I'm 𝗵𝗃𝗃, she says shyly before hugging onto Inko. Ah, you're so adorable. Hi 𝗵𝗃𝗃, I'm Melissa, she says, gushing at how adorable she is. So Melissa, how's Dave been, since you know? All Might says as Melissa smiles. He just got out of house arrest a week ago and will be allowed to return to work tomorrow, she says, making 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗃 smile. Well, after we finish and young 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃 returns, we'll head back to your place. Later I'll start training with young 𝗵𝗃𝗍 to get him ready for the tournament. 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗂 says, "Where is Deku anyway? I was really looking forward to seeing him." She says, "Izuku wasn't really hungry so he went on a walk, he should be back soon. Oh my god. He's here, the really cute boy with freckles from the video, he's here." They hear a girl say in the booth next to them, "Isn't he the same boy who helped All Might stop that villain? Come on, let's go meet him." Her friend says as they are about to leave, All Might stops them. "Excuse me ladies, but what are you talking about?" All Might asks, not liking where this is going. "Oh, the green-haired boy from 𝗂𝗧𝗏 is here, and he can sing, his performance has been seen all over YouTube." The girl says, turning on her phone and showing the 4 of when Izuku sang during karaoke night at 𝗂𝗧𝗏. All Might, wanting to know who posted it, looks at a channel called 𝗵𝗃𝗁 with no picture. What kind of sick freak goes by a name like that? All Might thinks. Back at 𝗂𝗧𝗏. Minato suddenly sneezes. "Hey, you okay man? You're not getting sick, are you?" Kaminari asks, worried for his friend. I don't know why, but I think someone was talking about me," he says, rubbing his nose. As Nizu is about to put in the next song when suddenly his phone buzzes, showing a live recording of Izuku sitting at a piano about to perform live. "Oh, attention everyone," he says through the microphone as everyone looks at the fury creature. It seems Izuku 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗂 is performing live at this very moment. He says, hooking his phone to the TV and pressing play. SpongeBob narrator 5 minutes earlier. Izuku walks through the mall of I-island when he suddenly hears people calling his name, looking behind him to see over 10 girls. OMG, OMG, it's him, the boy from the video. He's a lot cuter in person. The other day's making Izuku blush. "Hey cute singing boy, take pictures with us." One says, "Izuku is blushing as red as Kirishama's hair, not used to having so many people, let alone girls, complimenting him as he tries to talk. WWW8. I think you have me confused with someone else," he says, backing away slowly. "I don't think so, you look just like that cute boy who goes to you." Izuku is shocked. How on earth did they know he goes to you? "Wait, how do you know I go to you?" he asks, confused. "Your performance is a hit all over YouTube," the girl says, putting out her phone and showing him the video, looking at the name to see 𝗵𝗃𝗁, knowing immediately that Minato must have recorded his performance that night. Minato, I'm gonna make you pay for this," he says, horrified that his secret is out. "So mister, can you sing for us?" "Yeah, sing us a love song." One says, I don't know about this. Come on please." They all say, "But," he says in defeat. They say excited, "But I need an instrument to help get me started and I don't have one." Izuku says, only to feel someone tap on his shoulder by a guy with a piano. "Go on, you can play my piano, I saw your video too, you're pretty good." The guy says, "Okay. Thank you sir." Izuku walks over to the piano and sits down, thinking of a good love song before playing the piano, not realizing that one of the girls is recording him. "Back at 𝗂𝗧𝗏. Wow, check out 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗂, didn't think he was a ladies' man." Kirishima says, grinning. "Wow dude, look at all those chicks, there's like 10 of them." Siro says, amazed. "Looks like 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗂 is doing more than fighting in the tournament." Shoto says, smiling before noticing the jealous look Fuyumi is giving those girls, making him chuckle. "What the hell? How come 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗂 is getting all those girls?" Kaminari yells, shocked, while Minato is crying tears of blood. "That lucky bastard, he's getting all the puss." Minato doesn't finish as 𝗧𝗏 hits him in the back of his head, knocking him out. "Shut it, pervert," she says as all the guys look at her to see a dark aura surrounding her. In fact, all the girls have it, including Midnight and 𝗵𝗃𝗁. "Geez." Tamaki says, a little freaked out. "I know right." Mirio says, nervous, looking over to see both Nijire and Fua with angry scowls, making him sweat drop as 𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗂 starts singing. "I can't fight this feeling any longer, and yet I'm still afraid to let it flow. What started out as friendship has grown stronger. I only wish I had the strength to let it show. I tell myself that I can't hold out forever." I said, "There is no reason for my fear, 'cause I feel so secure when we're together. You give my life direction, you make everything so clear, and even as I wander, I'm keeping you in sight. You're a candle in the window on a cold, dark winter's night, and I'm getting closer than I ever thought I might, and I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. It's time to bring this ship into the shore and throw away the oars, forever. A huge crowd was beginning to form around Izuku, with all the women blushing, including the girls watching in the gym. OMG, it's a love song. Mina says, excited with a blush. Whatever jealousy the girls had was replaced by getting turned on, with Fuyumi and the Class A girls fan themselves, with Ochako nearly fainting as Fuwa, Momo and Itsuka lick their lips, with hearts in their eyes, with Shizuki praying to get rid of her very dirty thoughts, while Yui Kodai still has her neutral expression, but in her mind she's thinking about how she's gonna have CC with Izuku when he gets back. Oh my. Mount Lady says, rubbing her legs together, getting turned on, while Midnight is squirming in her seat as May Hatsum is thinking about asking Izuku to make a baby with her. Mandalay, Pixie Bob and Ragdoll were all blushing from the teen's vocals, having pink hearts in his eyes as Koda looks at them confused as Izuku continues singing. "'Cause I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for, and if I have to crawl upon the floor, come crashing through your door, baby. I can't fight this feeling anymore. My life has been such a whirlwind since I saw you. I've been running round in circles in my mind, and it always seems that I'm following you, girl, 'cause you take me to the places that alone I'd never find, and even as I wander, I'm keeping you sight. You're a candle in the window on a cold, dark winter's night, and I'm getting closer than I ever thought I might, and I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. It's time to bring this ship into the shore and throw away the oars, forever. 'Cause I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for, and if I have to crawl upon the floor, come crashing through your door, baby. I can't fight this feeling anymore." As the song ends, Izuku stands up looking to see everyone clapping and cheering. Izuku smiles while he's still not used to this kind of attention. It's nice to have people cheering for him, as the group of girls from earlier approach him. "You were amazing, so greeny. You got a girlfriend." This gets the attention of all the girls, including the girls watching in the gym, waiting for his answer. No, I'm actually single." He yells, blushing as the girls in the gym give out a sigh in relief. "I can be your girlfriend," one says. "Or me," the other says as the one of them run their finger down his chest. Izuku says, blushing. "Hey, back off, Beach, he's mine." "Hey, who you calling Beach, you ugly where?" They yell, about to start a big fight. "Wait, girls, please don't fight. I think you're all very appealing, but Izuku doesn't finish as he suddenly feels the same electricity surging through his body as he puts his hand on his head in pain. Back in the gym, Mr. Aizawa watches Izuku, immediately realizing something is not right. "Something's wrong," he says, getting everyone's attention. "What do you mean, Mr. Aizawa?" Ochako asks, confused. He says, pointing at Izuku, who's holding his head in pain. "With Izuku. Electric buzzing." "What the?" Izuku asks in shock. Buzzing continues. He shouts, his eyes glowing a bright green, falling to the ground. The girls who have stopped fighting look at Izuku confused as his eyes start glowing again. Electric buzzing can be heard as Izuku starts making a growling sound. The girls, who are now slightly freaked out, take a cautious step backwards. "Cutie, are you okay?" The girl isn't able to finish as OFA surges through Izuku's arm before he raises it and slams it into the piano, creating a massive shock wave of energy. The audience screams, trying to not be blown away, with many holding onto something as everyone in the gym watches, shocked by what Izuku just did. "What the F was that?" Bakugo yells as everyone keeps watching. As the dust finally clears, the girl who's still recording gets up to see Izuku, his eyes and body glowing green as if he's lost control of himself. All Might, Inko, who's holding Eri, and Melissa rush into the crowd, with All Might going pale when he sees what's happening. "Young Midoriya, stop." Toshinori yells as Izuku's body begins to stop glitching as his eyes begin to flicker before returning to normal. What just happened?" Izuku asks, rubbing his head as his eyes go wide to see the damage he just caused. What just happened?" Izuku yells, panicking, "My piano." The guy from earlier yells, looking at his now destroyed piano. "Izuku, are you okay?" Inko asks as she, Melissa, and Eri approach him. Why it thanks so, it's like my quirk just activated on its own and I had no control. Izuku says looking at All Might expecting him to be furious but he isn't. In fact he looks absolutely terrified, remembering what his 𝗵𝘃𝗧𝗟 had told in his dream. Toshinori, when Midoriya starts malfunctioning, you and your friend must do everything in your power to save him. The voice of Nana echoes through his mind. It can't be. It wasn't just a dream, he was actually trying to warn me that something is wrong. He thinks knowing he's going to have to investigate immediately what just happened to Izuku. Oh thank goodness, I was worried for a second there. Melissa says as Izuku looks at her and blushes from how close she is. Hi Melissa, it's good to see you again. Izuku says smiling shyly. Melissa giggles by how cute Izuku is when he's nervous but feels a dark aura, as she turns to see a dark area surrounding all the girls from before as Melissa gives them a cold stare including the girls 𝗬𝗂𝗂𝗏 from you. Oh it is on. The girls yell about to approach but suddenly. Hey jackass. Everyone turns and are shocked too. See the appealing heroine with ruby red eyes and long rabbit ears with what looks like what's lift of her milkshake all over her chest. The rabbit hero, 𝗵𝘃𝗃, and she is said. Everyone stops looking at 𝗵𝘃𝗃 as she approaches looking at Izuku as if she's ready to kill him. Why you're the rabbit hero 𝗵𝘃𝗃, the highest ranking heroine in Japan. Izuku yells. Yeah I am, and you must be the little shit stain who released that wind blast and made me spill my milkshake. She yells grabbing Izuku by his hair. I'm sorry, it was an accident. Izuku yells panicking only for 𝗵𝘃𝗃 to slam him to the ground before putting her foot on his chest. 𝗵𝘃𝗃 takes a moment to study Izuku before she realizes he's that you. A student everyone's talking about. She glares before speaking. You here to fight in the tournament? She asks. Why yes ma'am. Izuku says nervous though he can't help but admire how appealing 𝗵𝘃𝗃 is in person. Good, because so am I, and I'm gonna beat you so hard you'll wish you'll die. She yells still angry making both Izuku and All Might nervous, because 𝗵𝘃𝗃 will not be easy to beat. Rumi is about to give Izuku a taste of what's to come, when she suddenly feels a little hand on her arm turning to see a little girl with red eyes and white hair similar to herself, though she doesn't have bunny ears instead has a little horn on her head. Please, don't hurt my daddy, she says tears forming in her eyes. 𝗵𝘃𝗃 was completely unprepared for this, because if she has one weakness, it's children, she herself wants to have them in the future, but she still hasn't found the right mate, mostly because most guys can't keep up with her. Fine. She says falling victim to the adorable little girl, taking her foot off his chest, as Inko and Melissa run over to help him up. You better be ready broccoli head, because I'm gonna kick your butt. 𝗵𝘃𝗃 says before turning and hoping away back to her hotel to clean up, while Izuku is thinking only one thing. Did 𝗵𝘃𝗃 just declare war on me? Izuku thinks though is also feeling guilty since it was his fault, she was so angry. Izuku makes a mental note to apologize to her either before or during the tournament as his mind then goes to what happened earlier. What's happening? Why am I losing control of OFA? And why is it so painful? Izuku thinks looking at his hands. Daddy? Eri asks holding his shirt sleeve. Yes Eri. Izuku asks. Who was she? Eri asks curious about the rabbit heroine. That Eri was 𝗵𝘃𝗃, she's the number 5 heroine, she's best known for her temper and for never really working with others. She was pretty. Eri says. Yes she is. Izuku says making Melissa, the fangirls and the girls 𝗬𝗂𝗂𝗏 in the gym extremely jealous. Come on, we should be going, Dave is waiting for us, plus there's too many people here. Toshinori says looking at all the fangirls and other people still there as he pushes Izuku, Eri, Melissa and Inko away from everyone as they make their way to 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's house. Back at you, everyone is shocked by what they just saw, though for very different reasons, the girls for how close those fangirls and 𝗵𝘃𝗃 were to Izuku, while Nizu, Aizawa, Shoto, Bakugo and Ida are concerned about Midoriya's sudden quirk malfunction. Interesting, it seems Midoriya's body and OFA have begun malfunctioning. This could be a problem. I'll call All Might and ask for the details of what I just saw later. Principal Nizu thinks before getting everyone's attention back on him. Alright, Everyone will listen to one more song for tonight and then that will be all for tonight. Nizu says as he begins going through the bag to find another song while Momo can't help but remember something what Eri had called Izuku. Did Eri call Izuku her daddy? She yells blushing he. All the girls yell realizing that if any of them date Izuku they will automatically become Eri's new mommy, making all the girls want to be with Izuku more as Todoroki pulls out his notebook from nowhere and begins writing that Eri is Midoriya's love child while many of the guys are still amazed by all the girls that surrounded Midoriya. Man, Midoriya really had us fooled. And here I thought he was the innocent cinnamon roll. Kaminari yells. That bastard has been hogging all the hot babes to himself. Selfish green-haired bastard. Mineta yells crying. Will you two extras shut the hell up? It's obvious D wasn't doing it on purpose, he was trying to get away from those chicks, before he suddenly started acting crazy. But Kugo yells. I agree that wasn't like Midoriya at all, it's like something went haywire in him, could his quirk be starting to hurt him again? Ida asks. Yeah, that was weird, his eyes were glowing, I've never seen Deku's eyes like that before, at least it get him away from all those other girls. Ochako says worried but also still a little jealous. Agreed. Fuyumi, Nijire, Fuwa, the girls of 1A and 1B and surprisingly the Pussycats, Midnight and Mount Lady. Bunch of beaches. Midnight says. For once I agree with you old hag. You says making Nemuri glare at her. Those little brats are trying to steal my kitten. Pixie Bob yells wanting to tear them to shreds. Ryuko he's not yours. And I do agree, it is frustrating. Shino says annoyed. Ragdoll pouts in jealousy, as Tiger shakes his head. Dang it Midoriya, what have you done to my teammates? He thinks as Koda speaks up. Auntie do you, Auntie Ryuko, and Tomoko love Deku. He asks. The three pussycats look at Koda blushing as Tiger raises his eyebrow, curious as well, because if they do start a relationship with Midoriya, he will support them all the way. Yo. Shino tries to say so Tomoko says it. Yes Koda we do. She says with a blush on her cheeks. So, dose that make Deku my new dad. He asks as the three girls and Tiger look at him shocked. Well maybe. Mandalay says as Koda smiles. I wouldn't mind having Deku as my dad, he saved me that villain after I punch him in his ball. Koda says, still feeling guilty about that as the girls and Tiger's sweat drop from the memory as Principal Nizu finds the final song for the night. Alright, everyone this song is called 𝗵𝗃 Love. He says getting everyone's attention, especially the girls. Oh, another love song, play it. Toru says excited as the song starts playing. Lord Almighty I feel my temperature rising, higher and higher it's burning through to my soul babe, babe you gonna set me on fire? Yeah my brain is flaming and I don't know which way to go your kisses lift me higher like the sweet song of 𝗃𝗧𝗄 you light my morning sky with burning love ooh, I feel my temperature rising, help me, I'm flaming, I must be 109 burning and nothing can cool me, I just might turn into smoke but I feel fine. Burning, 'cause your kisses lift me higher like a sweet song of 𝗃𝗧𝗄 and you light my morning sky with burning love Yakoika is caught in a trance as she pictures her and Izuku on a beach as they sing together, putting her hand over her heart, but she's not the only one with Ochako, Momo, Fuwa, Nijire and the others picturing something similar, burning love it's coming closer, the flames are now liking my body won't you help me? I feel like I'm slipping away oh. Yeah, it's hard to breathe I'ma just have a healing Lord of Mercy burning a hole in me, yet, 'cause your kisses lift me higher like. The sweet song of 𝗃𝗧𝗄 you light my morning sky with burning love my burning love I'm just a hunk of 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 burning love I'm just a hunk burning me oh well. That's good. The song ends as the entire gym cheers as everyone starts returning to the dorms with the teachers and pros going back home as Koika falls onto her bed, with a heavy blush smiling. Was this what it was like to be truly in love with someone? Izuku I hope you get back soon, I miss you. she says before feeling asleep, but she's not the only girl who would dream about Izuku that night. David Shields seats at his desk in his workshop after finishing up a new hero support item. It's now been about 4 months since he attempted to take back his power amplifier that he had wanted to give to All Might. He had been so scared and caught up in the past that he had failed to see that the future was right in front of him in the form of Izuku Midoriya. David sighs as he turns to a picture of him and All Might in their younger years back when All Might was still in his prime. He smiles sadly but knows that while Toshi's power is gone, Midoriya will take his place and become a symbol of his own. "Papa, we're here," Melissa yells, entering the house as David gets up and goes into the living room to see his daughter together with Toshinori, Midoriya, his mother and a little girl. All Might says, coming and hugging him tightly. "It's good to see you again, Toshi," David says, returning the hug before turning to the two Midoriyas. "Midoriya, it's good to see you again, son. I hope you're doing well," he says, shaking his hand. "Of course, sir. It's an honor to be back. I'm looking forward to fighting in the tournament," Midoriya says, making David chuckle before turning to Inko. "You must be Midoriya's mother. All Might has told me so many great things about you," he says, shaking Inko's hand. "I'm glad, and I've heard about you. I must say you have a very appealing daughter. I'm so glad she is so close to my Izuku," Inko says as Melissa and Izuku blushes. "Yeah, I think they'll make a great team," David says before looking down at Eri, who's hiding behind Midoriya's leg. "Hey, little one, what's your name?" David says gently as to not spook her. "Go on, Eri, it's okay, he's a friend," Izuku says, rubbing her head as Eri looks up at David. "Hi, I'm Eri, I like apples and my daddy," she says nervously. "Wait, Midoriya, you have a child now?" David asks, confused. It's a long story. But yes, while nothing is official yet, I am adopting Eri when I'm old enough," Izuku says, smiling as he picks her up. Everyone smiles before Inko decides to tease her son. "Yes, and hopefully soon you'll be able to give Eri a mother as well," Inko says while looking at Melissa, making All Might, David and Inko chuckle as Izuku and Melissa both blush while Eri looks at them confused, but what she would say next would change everything. "Does this mean Ms. Melissa is my mommy?" Eri asks. The entrance room goes silent with both Toshinori and David's jaws hanging open, while Inko almost faints only to be caught by All Might as Melissa's face turns redder than an apple, yet despite that she doesn't mind it. In fact, she doesn't mind at all. "Eri, I am sorry about that, Melissa. I didn't expect her to say that," Izuku says, blushing. It's okay, I don't mind being Eri's mommy," she says, blushing with a smile as Eri excitedly hugs her legs tightly. "Mommy," Eri says, making Melissa smile with a blush, picking her up and kissing her cheek, making the little girl giggle. All Might smiles, knowing that if Melissa gets together with young Midoriya, she will be a great mother for Eri, just as much as Izuku is a good father to her, as his face then turns serious. "Toshi, what's wrong?" Inko asks, immediately noticing something is wrong. "Melissa, why don't you and young Midoriya take Eri and go watch some TV? I need to speak to Dave privately, but before that. Young Midoriya, I know this is sudden, but I need a sample of your hair," he says, taking a pair of scissors off of Dave's desk. Izuku, Inko, Melissa and David look at Toshinori confused as Izuku speaks. "Sure, All Might, but why?" he asks as Toshinori cuts off just one tiny hair. "I just need to check something with Dave. Inko, do you mind going with them and letting me and David talk privately for just a moment?" Inko looks at her boyfriend worried, but nods as she, Izuku, Melissa and Eri exit the room, closing the door behind them. "Toshi, All Might, what's wrong?" David asks, concerned. "Something is wrong with young Midoriya," he says, getting his attention. "What do you mean?" he asks. "Something is horribly wrong. I need you to quickly scan Midoriya's hair and see if you can find anything wrong," he says, handing David the hair. David then goes to his computer as he puts the hair on a scanner. "Alright, now we will see if anything is wrong," he says. The screen then activates, showing a beeping charge meter that's going down fast, currently at 92%. "What in the world is this?" David asks as All Might takes a closer look to see a name on the screen he's only heard once. 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏. He reads aloud. Toshi, look here. There's a video. David says as he hits the play button as the two watch the video. The video starts revealing some kind of laboratory, and in the center of the room is a glassed machine with a 4-year-old Izuku inside it asleep with a mask on holding his favorite All Might figure. So you're quirkless Izuku. I knew you were a disappointment. If you can't manifest a quirk, I'll alter you to make you as powerful as All Might. But first, for the experiment to begin, your molecules must be charged to be able to handle the process. Hisashi says as Toshinori and David watch, becoming very nervous as Hisashi grabs a giant cord and plugging it into the wall as a bright green energy glows through the glass. Hisashi then looks up to his computer showing the charging meter at 25%. All Might and Dave suddenly hear a load banging in the video. Open up, this is the flame hero 𝗵𝗃𝗏. 𝗵𝗃𝗏, both All Might and David say as they keep watching. Hisashi look up at the computer now showing 77%. That's it, we're busting in. 𝗵𝗃𝗏 yells. Then there's a massive explosion as the number 2 hero and his sidekicks enter the room. You are under arrest for unethical human experimentation. 𝗵𝗃𝗏 yells. This makes All Might angry because being unethical was all 𝗵𝗃𝗏 was until recently. No, you have to listen to me. This is my son. Then you're getting another charge for child abuse. Kido and Anima, get that kid out of there. You're coming with us. The commission will decide what to with you. They watch as Hisashi tries to shoot fire at them, but 𝗵𝗃𝗏 tackles him and cuffs the man, preventing him from using his quirk. No, stop please. His molecules aren't fully charged. The sidekick Kido then pulls out the cord, leaving Izuku's molecules at 98% charged as the screen turns red and beeps loudly. Warning. 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 Electric-magnetic bonding incomplete. Warning. No, 𝗬𝗏𝗧𝗏. What have you done? There's no telling what will happen. He screams, trying to break free. I think you should get some rest. 𝗵𝗃𝗏 says, delivering a punch that knocks him out cold as the video ends. All Might and David both just stare at the screen, terrified by what they just saw, with All Might now understanding what his 𝗵𝗃𝗏 was trying to tell him, as All Might starts coughing up blood, falling to his knees. Toshi, David says at his friend's side. I get it now. His cells. They're malfunctioning because they weren't finished. That's why young Midoriya lost control of OFA earlier. Toshi, are you alright? Dave asks, worried, as All Might stands up looking at the screen. David, young Midoriya is malfunctioning. These glitches, he can't control them, and if they keep happening they will kill him. All Might says, serious. David looks at All Might horrified, now knowing just how dangerous this situation is. If Midoriya dies, the crime rate, as Dave believes, will rise to the point where no one can stop it, as All Might puts his hands on Dave's shoulders. Dave, the world needs a new symbol. Young Midoriya is the only one who can replace me. Can you help me fix him? Toshi asks, looking him the eyes. David looks down for a moment before looking at the charge meter. Midoriya saved his and Melissa's lives when Wolfram betrayed him, so he will do everything he can to ensure that the next symbol survives. Alright, I'll guess I could build a new machine to recharge him, but it will take some time. Why don't you go spend some time with Inko before bed? I'll start putting together some schematics for the new machine. He says, smiling before getting on his computer and tipping. All Might sighs as he goes into the living room to see Izuku and Melissa with young Eri between them watching cartoons as he sees Inko in the kitchen cutting an apple for Eri. Oh, Toshi, is everything okay? Toshinori looks at Inko nervous. He had promised her he would protect her son, and when they started dating they promised they wouldn't keep secrets from each other. He even told her about OFA, its history, and how he met her son. He has to tell her. Inko, can we talk alone for a moment? He says, serious. Oh, of course. She says before going over and giving the apple slices to Eri. Here you go, sweetie. Inko says. What do we say, Eri? Izuku says, smiling. Thank you, Grandma. Eri says with an adorable smile, melting Inko's heart as she and Toshinori go to the bedroom with him, closing the door behind them. So what do you want to talk about, Toshi? Toshinori walks forward, taking her hands and looks her in the eyes. Inko, Before I tell you what's happening, know that me and Dave are doing everything we can to help young 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏, he says, making Inko nervous. Toshi, what are you saying? What's wrong with my baby boy? She yells, tears beginning to fall. All Might sighs. This was not going to be easy, as he explains everything that's been happening and how he discovered that Hisashi tried to experiment on Izuku before 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏 arrived and shut down the charging process before it could finish, which is why Izuku has begun malfunctioning. Inko looks at All Might horrified. After Izuku was born, she had noticed Hisashi had begun acting strange, but she didn't think he was this crazy. And now unless we can recharge young 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏's cells, he will die, but I promise you, we will not let that happen. Dave is already working on blueprints for a new machine. I promised you I would protect him, and I will keep that promise. He says, determined. Inko, who is crying, hugs onto All Might as he rubs her back. Please Toshi, save my boy. My heart can't take it, she says, getting All Might's shirt wet as he kisses her head. Your son is going to be all right, Inko. Why? Because I am here. Toshi says, going into his muscle form for just a moment before turning back, making her giggle despite what's happening to her son. What are we going to do? She asks. Just spend time with young 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏, Melissa and Eri. I don't want him to lose focus, or for them to panic. Leave the rest to me and Dave. If 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏 starts malfunctioning, try to keep him from hurting anyone. We'll let you know as soon as the machine is finished. Inko nods, looking down. Toshi had saved her son's life by giving him his quirk. Despite the damage it did to him at first, she has to trust that he and David can save her son again. Izuku wakes up early the next morning to find Eri cuddled up on his chest. Eri, it's time to wake up. Izuku says gently. 5 more minutes, Daddy. Eri says, making Izuku chuckle as he picks her up, exiting the room with Eri's head resting on his shoulder. As they make their way to the kitchen to see Inko already cooking breakfast with All Might setting at the table. Morning, Mom. Morning, All Might. Good morning, Izuku. Morning, young 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏. They both say. Morning, Grandma. Morning, Grandpa. Eri says, rubbing her eyes sleepily, making both Toshinori and Inko smile as Inko comes over with 2 plates of eggs, bacon, toast with apple butter, peeled bananas and 2 glasses of milk. Thanks for the meal. Izuku says, clapping his hands together as Eri does the same. Thank you, Grandma. She says as Inko smiles, kissing her head. You're welcome, sweetie. Now eat up, both of you. She says, setting down next to All Might as Melissa enters the kitchen, already dressed with her bag ready for class. Good morning, everyone. She says, grabbing her plate of food that Inko had already prepared. Morning, Mommy. Eri replies with a smile, making Melissa blush, still not used to being called that, as she sits down next to Eri and Izuku. Where's Papa? Melissa asks, confused as to why Dave isn't here. He's working on a project in his workshop. I'll take him breakfast. Toshinori says as Melissa nods. Her father overworking wasn't out of the ordinary. So, young 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏, as you know, the first round of the tournament starts tomorrow. Whoever wins will make it to the final round Friday. We'll train until about 3. Melissa also has class for about the same time, so Inko will wait Eri until then. After that, you're free to do what you want for the rest of the day. All Might says. Okay, I was thinking of taking Eri to the beach. Izuku says as Eri eats her food. Oh, that sounds like fun. I'll come with you. Melissa says, smiling. I think I will as well. Inko says, believing it will help her take her mind off of what's happening to Izuku. Alright then, young 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏, head on out to the training field. I'll be down there shortly. All Might says as Izuku finishes his breakfast, before standing up. He says, determined, making Melissa giggle before he turns to Eri. Eri, I've to go train and get ready for the big day tomorrow. Be good for Grandma and we'll go to the beach later, okay? He says, smiling. Okay, Daddy. She says as Izuku kisses her horn before leaving. I best be off as well. I don't want to be late. Melissa says, kissing Eri's cheek before heading for the door. Bye, Eri. Bye, Uncle Might and Inko. She says, leaving, closing the door behind her. As Eri finishes her breakfast, Inko picks up her plate and glass before putting them in the sink. Toshi, why don't you take Dave his breakfast? I'm sure he's hungry after being up all night. Inko says as All Might nods. What's wrong with Grandpa 𝗃𝗃𝗧𝗏? Eri asks, confused. Nothing, young Eri, he's just working. Toshinori says, rubbing her head, before getting up and kissing Inko. Before going to Dave's workshop, 𝗬𝗲𝗍𝗃 has been working all night, trying to put together a blueprint for a new machine or fusion chamber as he calls it, but so far none of the parts he has will work. Come on, you stupid computer, he growls, tired and frustrated, before putting a few more parts together, and this time they're compatible. That's it. David says, smiling in relief that the first part is done. The next part, which is actually putting the machine together, will be more difficult. You seem happy, I take it that's a good thing. Toshinori says, entering with a plate of food. Well, I've got the final design finished, now I just need to build it. He says as All Might hands him his food, which he gladly takes. Why don't you go and get some rest, Dave? After I'm finished with young Midoriya, I'll help you start building the machine. Toshinori says. But All Might, there isn't time, the more we wait, the sooner Midoriya will die. He says as Toshinori puts his hand on his shoulder. Dave, relax, we still have some time. All Might stays checking Izuku's meter to show it's at 77%. Go get some sleep, Dave. We'll continue when I'm done training young Midoriya for the day. Alright Toshi, I'll go get some sleep. David says, rubbing his eyes, exhausted. Good, I'll see you later, Dave. All Might says, exiting his workshop to go find Izuku. David sighs as he looks at the beeping meter that's still going down, now at 75%. As All Might exits the house, his phone starts ringing. A phone call is here. A phone call is here. As he looks to see it's from Principal 𝗍𝗬 as he answers it. All Might, how are you doing this morning? 𝗍𝗬 says while pouring himself some tea. I'm fine, 𝗍𝗬, about to go start training young Midoriya to get him ready for the first event tomorrow. Of course, I've already had everyone gathered in the gym yesterday to listen to Midoriya's music. 𝗍𝗬 says, smiling. Oh, okay, that's nice. Wait, what? All Might yells, coughing up BLD. Oh yes, Katsuki Bakugo broke into Midoriya's room and found his music bag. He says. Toshinori goes pale. That's not good, young Midoriya will not be pleased. Now the main reason I called is to check on Midoriya. Toshi, is OFA malfunctioning? He asked. All Might sweat drops knowing he has to tell Principal 𝗍𝗬 the truth. Well, yes. And no. 𝗍𝗬, what I'm about to tell you must remain between us. All Might says. Of course, All Might, now please tell me everything. He says, taking a sip of tea. All Might then proceeds to explain everything to his furry boss, and after explaining everything, although 𝗍𝗬 was calm as always, he was close to actually spitting out his tea. All Might, this is quite a situation you're in. I want you to keep me updated on Midoriya's charts every day and let me know as soon as Mr. Shield has finished the machine. I'll keep this between us for now, but know that if you need us, me, Aizawa, Midnight and the other staff will come to help you. 𝗍𝗬 says. I appreciate it, Mr. 𝗍𝗬, but I think me and Dave can handle it. I've got to go, young Midoriya is waiting for me. Talk to you later. All Might says, ending the call. Principal 𝗍𝗬 then begins to think about his options. This is a very difficult situation. If Midoriya were to die, and All for One were to somehow break out of Tartarus, no one, not even the big three, could stop him. All he could do now was to just keep everyone distracted by listening to Midoriya's music and wait and see what happens over the next few days. Alright, that's enough for today, young Midoriya. Toshinori says, Izuku has just finished fighting a Sentinel robot program to try to imitate 𝗵𝗃𝗄's fighting style, and needless to say at first it didn't go too well, but after a few hours of getting beat to the ground, Izuku had finally archived some success. Good work today, young Midoriya. Now it's highly unlikely you'll face 𝗵𝗃𝗄 in the first event, so if you win tomorrow we'll keep training you on how to beat her. 𝗵𝗃𝗄 is the highest ranking heroine for a reason. All Might says. Right. Izuku says, smiling as All Might returns it. Young Midoriya, I know I told you this once just before the sports festival, but this time I know you can do it now that you have more control over OFA. I want you to tell everyone in that stadium that you are here. All Might says, smiling. I won't let you down. Oh, I need to go get ready to take Eri to the beach. Melissa should be back by now as well. See you later, All Might. Izuku says, leaving. Toshinori smiles. Izuku really is the right person to take his place, and he will make sure that Midoriya survives this situation to become the next symbol. Besides, should Tamura Shigaraki and the League of Villains free All for One. All Might quickly shacks away that thought, as he heads back to the house to wake up David so they can get started building the machine to recharge Izuku's molecules. Later, All Might arrives to see David already working putting together different parts. Sleep well? Toshinori asks smiling. Yeah, feel a lot better now. However, Toshi, can you run to the store and pick me up these parts? Everything we need is on this list. They shouldn't be too hard to fin. Suddenly Izuku's charge meter turns red and starts beeping, showing that his energy is now at 50%. Oh no! What is it? Toshinori yells. Midoriya is having another malfunction, and his cells are getting worse by the minute. Toshi, you have to hurry. These parts are crucial for saving Izuku's life. Nothing can go wrong. He says as All Might nods before leaving while texting Nizu updating him on Izuku's glitches. At the beach, Izuku, Melissa, Eri, and Inko arrive at the beach with Izuku taking off his shirt to reveal his very muscular body, making Melissa and all the other girls around them drool and blush over him. Come on, Eri, let's go get you changed into your bathing suit. Inko says. Okay, Grandma. Eri says, smiling, taking her hand, as they go to the changing rooms. Izuku turns only to see Melissa in nothing but a blue bikini. So, how do I look? Melissa asks, blushing. Why you look very beautiful, Melissa. Izuku stutters, blushing up a storm. Thanks, you also look very handsome. She says, looking at his muscles and blushing. Thank you. He says, making her giggle as she lays down on her stomach. Deku, do you mind putting some lotion on my back? She asks with a red face. Sure. Izuku says as Melissa unclips her top as Izuku starts putting the sunscreen on her back, slowly rubbing his hand, making her slightly and even drool a little from how good it feels as Izuku finishes clipping her top back together as she sets up. Thanks, Deku. She says, smiling. And no problem. Izuku says. Holy wow, I just rubbed a girl's back. He yells internally. Daddy. Mommy. The two turn to see Eri running to them dressed in a little bathing suit with a hat on her head as Izuku picks her up. Hey Snowball, you ready to have some fun? Izuku asks. She says, smiling. Alright, why don't you and Mommy go make a sandcastle? I have to go use the bathroom real quick, then we'll go in the water, okay? He says, putting her down. Okay, Daddy. She says as Melissa takes her hand, leading her to a good spot to build a sandcastle. As the two get started, Eri starts talking to Melissa. Mommy, do you love Daddy? Eri asks. Melissa blushes but then smiles. I do, Eri, he's my hero. Really, Daddy is my hero too. He saved me from the bad men. Eri says. Melissa frowns. Deku had told her everything about how he found her and how some evil villain was using her body to make bullets that could erase quirks, and how together he and his friend Mirio saved her. Melissa then gently kisses her head. If she is becoming Eri's mom, she will protect her with her life, but then it hits her. Deku, Uncle Might and Ms. Inko will be leaving after the tournament and I won't get to see them again for a while unless I go with them. She thinks, pounding on the idea for a moment, when suddenly a few girls run past them. It's him, the cute singer. He's here. Come on, maybe we can get his number. They yell, heading towards the restrooms. Melissa's eyes twitch, only thinking one thing. Those beaches are trying to steal my Deku. She yells internally before looking back to Eri. Eri, sweetheart, why don't you go play with Grandma for a bit? Mommy needs to go make sure those girls don't do anything to your daddy. She says with closed eyes and a smile. Okay, Mommy. She says, running where Inko is sunbathing, but then notices a woman with the same bunny ears from yesterday. With Izuku. After finishing his business, Izuku is about to head back to the others as he notices several people, mostly women, staring at him with blushes on their faces as they talk about him. Isn't that the cute boy from you? That can sing. He's so hot. He has such an amazing voice. You think he's single? I like a man who can sing, not to mention those muscles. One of them says. Izuku keeps walking but with a heavy blush on his face, only for three girls to approach him. It's you. You're the boy from yesterday. One says. Can you sing us a song? One asks excited. You. Sorry, I don't think I should. I have to back to my daughter. He says, stuttering. Oh, a daughter? How old is she? One asks interested. As she's 6 years old and now, she's adopted but I consider her as my own daughter. Izuku says trying to back away. She must be adorable so. You got a girlfriend Greenie? One with an ice cream cone asks. 𝗂𝗧𝗄𝗧𝗏. Izuku yells as his eyes start glowing green as he looks at the three girls before he grabs the girl's ice cream cone and puts it on her hair. My hair. It's everywhere. She yells trying to get it out. Ha. Izuku laughs. Melissa runs towards restrooms only to find Deku running away from three angry girls, one with what looks like ice cream in her hair. Izuku keeps laughing as he runs away, Melissa immediately noticing his glowing eyes as they stop glowing. Izuku holds his head in pain. What? He asks only to see the three girls approaching. We just wanted you to sing. That was the rudest thing I've ever seen. One says, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Izuku yells only for Melissa to take his hand and run as the three girls chase after them. Melissa. Deku yells as they keep running until they think they're gone. I think we lost them. Deku, what happened? Why were those three girls so mad at you? Melissa asks. I was on my way back to you guys when those girls approached me. They wanted me to sing, but I didn't want a repeat of yesterday, so I tried to refuse. The next thing I knew you were holding my hand and we were running away from them. Izuku says. I think you might have actually put that girl's ice cream in her hair. Melissa says, sweat dropping. Izuku was shocked and even disgusted with himself. What's going on? Why is he having these breakdowns? Well, come on, let's get back. Eri is waiting with your mom. Melissa says. Right. Izuku says. Izuku. Melissa asks. Yeah. He suddenly feels a pair of lips on his left cheek. Melissa blushes, looking away embarrassed as Izuku feels like he's about to pass out. We better get back. She says, blushing, with Izuku nodding as the two make their way back until they eventually find Inko sunbathing. Oh, where have you two been? And where's Eri? Inko asks, growing concerned. What do you mean? I told her to come to you. Melissa says, beginning to panic. No, I haven't seen her. Inko yells, now in full panic mode, as Izuku begins frantically looking around for and then. Hi, Daddy. The three turn with Izuku's face going red, his nose bleeding, to see 𝗵𝗃 wearing a white bikini with gold striping, holding Eri in her arms. I take it this little girl belongs to you? She asks, manly looking at Izuku. Izuku snaps out of his trance as he takes Eri from the rabbit heroine. Why yes, 𝗵𝗃, thank you. Izuku says while trying to not look at her huge chest and massive thighs. Eri, what were you thinking? Running off like that? Inko says. Eri looks down, feeling guilty, tears forming in her eyes. I am sorry, I just wanted to talk to bunny lady. Eri says, crying. Izuku sighs, bedding down and picking her up, kissing her horn. It's okay, Snowball, we're not mad, just ask Mom next time, okay? Izuku says, smiling. Okay, Daddy. She says, smiling again. 𝗵𝗃 can't help but smile at the sight. She must say, despite him making her spell her drink the other day, Midoriya seems like a good father. Thanks again, Ms. 𝗵𝗃, we appreciate it. Izuku says, yeah, don't mention it, she is quite adorable. She says while gently rubbing Eri's head. Hey, I'm sorry about yesterday. It really was an accident and I hope I can make it up to you somehow. Izuku says. 𝗵𝗃 smiles. Most guys wouldn't even apologize, but this green-haired broccoli head just did. Maybe she has found the one for her, she can't be sure yet, because she wants to see how he fights first, but if Midoriya can actually fight and keep up with her, even if he loses, she will have found herself a boyfriend. Yeah, don't worry about it, but that doesn't mean I'm still gonna go easy on you in the tournament. You better be ready for the fight of your life. Because I'm gonna break all the bones in your body, heal you, then break them again. She says with a mad smile before leaving, Izuku getting a perfect view of her but making him blush again, only to notice Melissa glaring at her in jealousy. Bye, Ms. Bunny Lady. Eri yells. 𝗵𝗃 blushes from the nickname, finding Eri to be absolutely adorable as one of the guys looking at her, but hears it as well. Ms. Bunny Lady, that's kind of 𝗬𝗧𝗏 arc. She yells, delivering a powerful front-facing axe kick on the guy's face, sending him flying back and probably with a swollen black eye. Only that little girl can call me that. She said. After a long day of classes, the students of class 1A, 1B, the staff, and the pros who have been attending, arrive back to the gym to listen to more of Izuku's songs. Welcome back everyone. I hope you're all ready to listen to more of 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗵𝗃 music. He says going through 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗵𝗃's bag finding a song called Trumpets. Every time that you get undressed I hear symphonies in my head. I wrote this song just looking at you. Oh yeah. The drums they swing low and the trumpets they go and the trumpets they go yeah. The trumpets they go ooh, and they go. What? Is all anyone could say. Momo, Ochako, Nijire, Fuwa, Fuyumi and all the girls are blushing with Mandalay quickly covering Koda's ears, with a hug blush on her face as well. Was Izuku really singing about a girl undressing and him missing her? Is it weird that I hear violins whenever you're gone? Whenever you're gone yeah. Is it weird that you're but remind me of a Kanye West song? Kanye West song. Is it weird that I hear trumpets when you're turning me on? Turning me on. Is it weird that your 𝗵𝗃𝗃 remind me of a Katy Perry song? Every time that you get undressed I hear symphonies in my head. I wrote this song just looking at you. Oh yeah. The drums they swing low and the trumpets they go and they're playing for you, girl, and the trumpets they go ah. Yeah, the trumpets they go. Wait, is he talking about having sex with someone? All the girls yell internally, but one thing stuck out to them. He said girls. Does this mean Izuku has more than one crush? All the girls and women who like him hoping they are some of the ones he loves. Oh yeah, the trumpets they go da, adada, 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 and they go dim. Is it weird that I hear angels every time that you a time that you oh yeah. Is it weird that your eyes remind me of a Coldplay song? Coldplay song. Is it weird that I hear trumpets when you're turning me on? Turning me on. Is it weird that your 𝗵𝗃𝗃 remind me of a Katy Perry song? Every time that you get undressed I hear symphonies in my head. I wrote this song looking at you. Oh yeah. When Izuku hit that note a lot of the girls feel their panties becoming wet. I'm so wet. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 thinks, not wanting to say it out loud, not knowing all the girls and women were thinking similar dirty things as her. That kitten can come play with me anytime he wants, meow. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 thinks, liking her lips in lust with Shino and Tomoko blushing, wanting to go somewhere to relieve their stress, while Midnight licks her lips rubbing her inner thighs together. Izuku. Fuyumi says having pink hearts in her eyes, drooling, making Shoto and Natsuo look at her concerned only to see love, lust and hunger in her eyes. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, what have you done to our sister? They both think worried, though more so for 𝗵𝗃𝗃's innocence as the song continues. Every time that you get undressed, every time that you get undressed I hear symphonies in my head. I hear symphonies in my head. I wrote this song just looking at you. Oh just looking at you, girl. Yeah, the drums they swing low and the trumpets they go ha. A cappella on him they go oh yeah, oh come on they go. Oh my, that was unexpected. Perhaps I should find a more appropriate song. Nizu says, searching through the bag looking for another song, until he finds one called That's the Way It Is, as he puts it into the player. The many miles we walked, the many things we learned, the building of a shrine only just to burn. Interesting, this song seems about encouraging us to trust in our journey and to remember that, no matter the path, that is how it is. Nizu says while the girls are listening with blushes, even though it's not a love song. May the wind be at your back, good fortune touch your hand, may the cards lay out a straight, all from your command. That's the way it is, that's the way it is, that's the way it is, that's the way it is. Blue heron leaves the northern sky, trusts the journey to new heights. What's the meaning of the scar if we don't learn how to heal? Should we ever be apart? Then how does it feel? That's the way it is, that's the way it is, that's the way it is, that's the way it is. Shine light into darkness, shine light into darkness. That's the way it is, that's the way it is. So many miles to walk, that's the way it is. So many things we've got to learn, that's the way it is. Oh, that's the way it is, that's the way it is. Oh, that's the way it is. As the song ends, everyone cheers as Nizu then grabs another song, this one called No More Parties in O. La di da day. I like this flavor, la da 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 di da da. Let me tell you, I'm out here from a very far away place, all for a chance to be a star. Nowhere seems to be too far. Holy SHD, it's a rap song. I didn't think 𝗵𝗃𝗃 could rap. Mina yells, dancing to it as Mandalay covers Koda's ears while thinking of talking to 𝗵𝗃𝗃 in private and maybe do some other things with him. Yep, but it's not his favorite type of music, that's why he doesn't do it much. Mirio says this is also just my opinion, I'm not a big fan of rap music myself, but I wanted to include this song because one of the comments requested it. No more parties in L. Please, baby, no more parties in L. No more parties in L. Please, baby, no more parties in L. No more Los Angeles, please shake that body, party that bod, please shake that body, party that body, please shake that body, party that body. The girls are blushing by this as both Midnight and Mount Lady smile, thinking of doing just that when Izuku returns. Hey baby, you forgot your Ray-Bans and my sheets still orange from your spray tan. It was more than soft pawn for the K-man. She remember my sprinter, said, I was in the grape van. Well cutie, I like your bougie but come Erica Badumi. Well, let's make a movie hell. You know my repertoire is like a wrestler, I show you the ropes. Connect the dots, a country girl that love Hollywood mama used to cook red beans and rice, now it's Denny's. For in the morning, spoil your appetite, liquor pouring and Nas swarming your section with 𝗧𝗧𝗏 smoke in every direction, middle finger pedestrians, R&B singers and lesbians, rappers and managers, music and iPhone cameras. This SHT unanimous for you. It's damaging for you. I think that PP should only be holding exclusive rights to me. I mean, he flew you in this mod half on first class, even went out his way so you could check in an extra bag. Now you want to divide the yam like it equate the math. That SHT don't add up. You're making him mad as F. She said she came out here to find an A-list rapper. I said, baby, spin that round and say the alphabet backwards. You're dealing with malpractice. Don't kill a good Nas confidence just cause he a nerd and you don't know what a condom is. The head's still good though. The head's still good though. Make me say, na myoho 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗧𝗏. Make a Nas say big words and act lyrical. Make me get spiritual. Make me believe in miracles, Buddhist monks and Captain Crunch. Cereal, Lord have mercy. Thou will not hurt me. 5 buddies all herded up on a Thursday bottle service, head service. I came in first place. The opportunity, the proper top of BRST and but cheek the pop community. I mean these beaches come with union fee and I want 2 of these, moving units through consumer streets. Then my shoe released, she was kicking in gratuity and yeah gee, I was all for it. She said, K Lamar, you kind of dumb to be a poet. I'ma put you on game for the lames that don't know. They're a rookie. Instagram is the best way to promote some PP. Scary, no more parties in L. Please, baby, no more parties in L. A Friday night trying to make it into the city, breakneck speeds, passenger seat something pretty. Thinking back to how I got here in the first place, second class beaches wouldn't let me on first base. A backpack nah with luxury taste buds and the Louis Vuitton store. Got all of my pay stubs. Got PP from beats I did for Nas. More famous. When did I become a list? I wasn't even on a list. SRs get invited to where they only get hired when I get on my Steve Jobs. Somebody gone. Get fired. I was uninspired since Lauryn Hill retired. Any rumor you ever heard about me was true and legendary. I done got Lewinsky and paid secretaries for all my Nas with babies by beaches that use they kids as meal tickets, not knowing the disconnect from the father. The next generation will be the real victims. I can't fault really. I remember Amber told my boy no matter what happens she ain't going back to Philly. Back to our regularly scheduled program of weak content and slow jammin'. But don't worry, this one's so jammin', you know it. It's so jammin', I be thinkin' every day Mulholland Drive, need to put up some goddamn barricades. I be paranoid every time the pressure. The problem ain't I be drivin', the problem is I be textin'. My psychiatrist got kids that I inspired. First song they played for me was about their friend that just died. Textin' and drivin' down Mulholland Drive. That's why I'd rather take the 405. I be worried about my daughter. I be worried about Kim, but Saint is baby. I ain't worried about him. I had my life threatened by best friends who had selfish intents. What I'm supposed to do? Ride around with a bulletproof car and some tints. Every agent I know. No, I hate agents. I'm too black, I'm too vocal, I'm too flagrant. Something smellin' like SHT. That's the new fragrance. It's just me, I do it my way. Beach. Some days I'm in my Yeezys, some days I'm in my Vans. If I knew y'all made plans I wouldn't have popped the Zans. I know some fans who thought I wouldn't rap like this again, but the writer's block is over. MCs cancel your plans. A 38-year-old with rich nah problems tell my wife that I hate the role so I don't never drive it. It took 6 months to get the Maybach all matted out and my assistant crashed it soon as they backed it out. God ding, got a bald fade, I might slam pink fur, got nori dressing like Cam. Thank God for me, whole family getting money. Thank God for I love rockin' jewelry. A whole neck full. Beaches say he funny and disrespectful. I feel like Pablo when I'm workin'. On my shoes I feel like Pablo when I see me on the news I feel like Pablo when I'm workin', on my house tell 'em parties in here, we don't need to go out we need the turbo thoughts, high speed, turbo thoughts drop it like RoboCop she brace herself and hold my stomach, good pp'll do that she keep pushing me back, good pp'll do that she push me back when the pp go too deep. This good pp'll put your butt to sleep get money big money and as far as real friends, tell all my cousins I love, I'm even the one that stole the laptop, you dirty 𝗵𝗃 I just keep on loving you, baby and there's no one else I know who can take your place please, no more parties in L. Please, baby, no more parties in L, no more parties in L. Please, baby, no more parties in L, no more parties in L. Please, baby, no more parties in L, no more Los Angeles I'm out here from a very far away place all for a chance to be a star nowhere seems to be too far. Jesus, this song is too long. The song ends as 𝗍𝗬 speaks through the microphone. Alright everyone that's enough for tonight, we will listen to a few more songs tomorrow before the first round of the tournament begins. Have a good night. He says smiling as Ochako, Koika, Momo, Yui, Fuwa and Nijire and the other girls head back to their dorm rooms relive themselves while thinking about Izuku. Alright Toshi Wantada. Here it is. The fusion chamber. The only thing can save Midoriya. David says showing All Might the new fusion chamber. This but bigger obviously. Great work Dave. All Might says grinning widely. We should run a rest before calling Midoriya, Toshi would you do the honor? David asks as All Might pushes down on the liver down as the machine actives giving a bright green glow. Everything seems to be going well when suddenly the machine explodes. The two yell as David quickly grabs a fire extinguisher and blasts it onto the fire putting out the flames as the two look at the new destroyed fusion chamber and horror. No. David dazed falling to his knees putting his hands over his head. That's it Toshi it's over. I am sorry but I can't build a new fusion chamber. David says looking down a deep sad aura surrounding him as All Might looks at him shocked and horrified. What Dave you can't quite. There's still time. All Might yells trying to motivate him. I'm sorry All Might I can't do it. Dave says on the verge of tears knowing how badly this is, but has lost all hope of Izuku surviving. Now, there's no hope for the future. Dave says looking at Izuku's charge meter to see it's now at 45%. I failed. Dave says as Toshinori approaches putting his hand on his shoulder. Dave, you are one of the most smartest men I have ever met, hell you even made all 4 of my costumes, you are the only one who can do this. All Might says. But what if it David tries to say only for All Might to cut him off. Dave, I know you can do this, I'm here to help all the way. Toshinori says smiling determined. David sighs as he looks at Izuku's charge level that continues to go down before looking at All Might his confidence restored. Toshi my tools. He says serious as All Might smiles the next day. You? Welcome back everyone. I hope you all have had a pleasant morning. I have decided that because the I-island fighting tournament will be starting in just a few hours, I thought I should give everyone the next 2 days off to see Izuku Midoriya's participation. Nijire, Fuyumi, Fuwa, the girls of 1A and 1B are excited, they will be rooting and cheering for their green-haired cinnamon roll. Auntie, are you rooting for Deku? Koda asks setting in Shino's lap. Of course we are Koda, however Midoriya will be up against some of the toughest students and pros, but if Midoriya can save you while having broken arms then I know he can win. Shino says smiling at her nephew as Monoma from class 1B starts laughing. Please I bet that green-haired dog will lose. Monoma says as Itsuka is about to hit him only for Vlad King to yell at him. That's enough Monoma. He says frustrated. Wait your Monoma. Oh ho ho ho, hey Todoroki remember that song Midoriya made right? Mirio asks smiling, yeah, Principal needs a look for a song called The Antagonist. He says with a small smile making everyone look at him confused, as he turns to Koda and Mandalay. You might want to cover his ears, this song isn't exactly for kids. He says as Shino nods covering Koda's ears as Todoroki turns to Monoma. Prepare to get burned. He says coldly as the song starts playing. Yeah Can y'all turn my headphones down? Significantly. Cool, that's good. It was super loud. First of all, this 𝗧𝗃𝗃 about me, I ain't made this 𝗧𝗃𝗃 for y'all. That's the 𝗵𝗵𝗃 thing. I've been waiting pretty long to get on some 𝗧𝗃𝗃 and rip it for Deku, so just consider this my 𝗵𝗵𝗃 theme song. Baby, I've been working hella hard, though there's people telling me I'm about to be a star, bro, but when I play some of this, they like nobody want the 𝗧𝗠𝗱 the funny kid. That's where your car go, that metaphor about my lane. If you're retardo, I'm bubbling like I'm in a soda. Word to Fargo, I'm trying to get the fame, and it's a tricky little game you gotta play. Sometimes you gotta tell your heart, no. Here's the problem I've been having. I wanna make my favorite type of music, and the 𝗧𝗃𝗃 I like to bump is not the type I'm brewing. I be on that F the world, you 𝗵𝗃s losing type of 𝗧𝗃𝗃. Like all you haters, look at what the F I'm doing. All my favorite rappers not amusing, and I love my funny stuff. I hope it's not confusing. I'm just saying, when you doing something time-consuming every now and then you wanna spaz. Why I didn't go with 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗲 get up and yo, but 𝗵𝗃𝗲 y'all are trash. You ain't even know the half. I could rattle off a lot of opposition to rap game, but honestly I'm not in the position for that. Plain to carry any weight, I just gotta carry on and wait till 𝗵𝗃 carry all the weight. Hypothetically, though, I probably tell you that I'm better than you'll ever be, bro. I probably tell you it's objective. I'm more impressive. You pressing play and form a perspective. I'm guessing more or less it won't be competitive. Y'all adorable, sedative kind of rappers. So deplorably editive. Nothing's worse than when a moron's repetitive. I don't get it. How is everyone the same dude? The rookie walking on the court like, man, I can't lose. They playing Deku. Everybody in the room be like, that's some playing yo bum, but they be like, that's some y'all are bubbles with the rapping. Lil Deku get it popping. You could say he bubble rapping. The irony in all of this is I've been funny rapping, yet the youngins snapping to the point where all of y'all are funny rapping. Congratulations. Y'all can write a hook at my graduation. They was saying I could write a book if a Rotten Tomatoes site existed for us rappers. I would be a 97. Y'all would hover round a 64. Little Deku spit that 𝗃𝗃𝗃. Hope you seeing why I really like to spit hard. Only problem is I'm rapping to rappers. To the people that be listening, that world doesn't matter. Wanna know what the advantage of the rapper who black is? The N-word is his antagonist. Before you get all huff and puff about it, think about it. Be analyst the fact they always use it's no accident. For example, I could be like, go figure. I don't think I'm one to F with all you ho. Y'all can fill in the blank, but that don't make it so you don't gotta rap at a rapper. That applies to every detractor. But even if I had a word like it, the nerd never disturbed. It's absurd, but I'm looking round and ain't nobody verse me. I don't think 𝗵𝗃s ever tried to hurt me. Everyone I see has been supportive on this journey. Like where my haters at? I'm thirsty. I just really wanna talk my 𝗧𝗃𝗃. Be like, y'all ain't 𝗧𝗃𝗃, but y'all ain't 𝗧𝗃𝗃. Like, y'all don't exist. I could talk about the people that are PPS, but I feel like that's whack. That'll get old quick. Robin Williams in Jack. Who the F is my antagonist? Is it you? Is it you? If it's you, let me tell you something. You ain't even got a clue about the 𝗧𝗃𝗃 that's coming. You don't want to be the dude in 5 years like, the F. I dissed that. He was pretty clear. How the F I missed that? You know that I ain't fing light. Bruh, I just fed around and did this overnight. Bruh, I just fed around and quit a fing job where I was making triple digits, then the comma got involved. Dog, this wasn't rapping or trapping, this was rapping or a big ol' fing house with a family. Who the F is listening that's been making Deku so angry? Is it you? Is it you? I'm just waiting on some non-believers. The writing isn't on the wall, it's coming out your speakers. Anybody disagree? I'm being so facetious, homie, I mean it. Forget the website. I'm the only motherfucking rap genius where you doubters at. I'm trying to hear it. Maybe it's the 𝗵𝗃s never paying mind to lyrics. I would dumb it down for y'all to try make it more appealing, but the ones who hang on every word think I'm kinda peerless. But even with no attention, you can kinda tell this 𝗵𝗃 killing. This section you can kinda tell this 𝗵𝗃 still an 𝗃𝗃 but getting harder by the minute. Just admit it. It's CC. The funny fact about this 𝗧𝗃𝗃. I gotta rap about the fact I wanna rap about this 𝗧𝗃𝗃. To even rap about this 𝗧𝗃𝗃. Nobody been sleeping on Deku. It's only been a year and Beach has been sleeping on Deku. Nobody took over the game with a first tape. This 𝗵𝗃 hasn't struggled since the first grade. Added up, there's no excuse to go berserk. Dave can't debate this. You got to skip. You not on first take, so what the F am I mad for? What's some other 𝗧𝗃𝗃 that I could actually spaz for? Maybe it's the fact that I've been stuck in this lab for 100 fing days straight cooking up raps, or the fact this 𝗧𝗃𝗃 been taking over everything in life. I gotta make it, so I made the call to leave it all behind. That's my girl, that's my world, That's beyond being busy now. The only one that gets to 𝗵𝗿𝗿𝗺 is 𝗧𝗪. I told you this about me. Go on and look up in the mirror, see with LD who you hate boy. Only care about me, said I'm straight, boy maybe I'm the one that got a hit when I wanna murder. See y'all probably thinking, who is 𝗵𝗿𝗿𝗺? And SHT y'all just wanna hear some LD but I ain't made this SHT for y'all, that's the DMN thing. The whole gym is silent until his but just got F roasted. Bakugo yells laughing. Both Class 1A and 1B are laughing at the fact that Monoma just got put in his place as he just sits there with his mouth open unable to say anything. Ah, look at his face. Mount Lady says laughing as Pixie Bob starts purring. Looks like kitten has some claws. She says smiling. From what I've seen and from training with him, he's one person you wouldn't want to miss with. Tiger says, oh, I'm definitely gonna miss with him when he gets back. She says raising her hand. Ryuko. Mandalay says still covering Koda's ears making the boy confused. Fine, let's make it a three-way. Huh. Shino yells blushing. You can count me in. Ragdoll says excited. Well, Mr. Nito, I suggest you set back down, the tournament is about to start. He says switching the TV to the right channel as the first round is about to start with Izuku versus Yoshindo. Izuku is in the locker rooms as he changes into his hero costume as he hears the announcers speak over the comms. Attention all participants. The first match will begin in 2 minutes. The first fist fighters make your way to the arena. The announcer says as Izuku looks at the board to see he's up first and will be fighting against Yoshindo. Izuku says remembering him from the provisional hero license exam, and he may seem kind and polite at first, but it's a trick. Shindo's attitude can change on a whim, sometimes even in an instant, especially when he's angry. I'll have to act fast, his quirk vibrate will be difficult to get around, so if I can use full cowling fast enough I can knock him out of bounds. Mutter, mutter, mutter. Izuku says as the other fighters look at him a little freaked out. SpongeBob narrator later. Alright, welcome everyone to I-island's fighting tournament. For the first match we have the young hero that saved Professor Shield, Izuku Midoriya. The announcer says as Izuku enters the field with a confident smile. The audience, especially the girls who know he can sing, cheers him on. Go Daddy! Eri yells, setting in Inko's lap Melissa next to her as the two giggle at how cute Eri is. And fighting him, the smart and cunning Yoshindo. As Shindo enters the arena as well. Well, if it isn't the famous Izuku Midoriya, it's been a while, you've become famous for your singing. He says smiling. Izuku isn't fooled as he immediately gets into a battle stance ready. Shindo frowns, his face becoming serious as he also gets into a battle stance ready to put his hands on the ground as the pro hero cow lady speaks up. Combatants ready. Begin. She yells. Shindo immediately slams his hands on the ground, activating his quirk as the ground immediately begins shacking. Izuku jumps using full cowling and delivers a powerful front-facing kick to his face. Mirko waits in shock but also excitement, thumbing her feet. Seems Midoriya took a page from my book. She says, grinning while eating a carrot. Shindo recovers, his nose broken as he punches Izuku in the face, sending him flying back. Sorry Midoriya, I respect you a lot, but this win is mine. He yells, jumping forward. Knowing no one other than you. And a few pro heroes has really seen Izuku use it. He then launches Black Whip from his finger, wrapping it around him. Huh. Shindo, the audience, even Mirko are shocked by the fact that Midoriya has another quick as Izuku swings his arm before throwing Shindo out of bounds. Yoshindo is out of bounds. The winner of the first match is Izuku Midoriya. Cow Lady says. The audience cheers, including everyone watching from the gym at you. Way to go Deku. Koda yells, cheering for his hero soon-to-be dad, as the girls also cheer as most of the guys clap. I must say that was impressive. Now that Midoriya's first match for the day is over, let us continue to listen to some more of his music. Niza says. Back on I-island. Shindo frowns, angry that he lost as he looks up to see a hand reaching out to him. Don't be mad Shindo, you did great. Izuku says with a kind smile. Shindo sighs, knowing he shouldn't be so angry as he takes Midoriya's hand. Thinks you did great too, just be ready for your fight tomorrow. I'm certain she will be coming for you. He says as Izuku gulps, knowing he means Mirko, as Izuku exits the field going up to the stands, deciding to stay to watch Mirko's fight against the second-year student at Shiketsu High School, 𝗔𝗵𝗲𝗵𝗃. Daddy, Eri says as Izuku sets down between All Might, his mom and Melissa, taking Eri and setting her on his lap. Izuku, you were amazing. Melissa says, smiling, amazed. Msking Izuku blush as All Might ruffles his hair. Well done, young Midoriya. Now we must get you ready to face the highest-ranking heroine in all of Japan. Toshinori says as Izuku nods, right. Izuku says, smiling as he turns his attention to the field. And for our next match, she's the highest-ranking heroine and the number 5 hero. She's the rabbit hero Mirko. The announcer yells as Mirko hops into the arena, grinning and determined. I'll kick anyone who gets in my way, she says with a mad grin, making Izuku gulp, because even from all the way down there she's looking at him. Versus he's Harry, he's the representative of his class. He's 𝗔𝗵𝗲𝗵𝗃. The announcer says as Mora enters the arena as well. Let us have a good clean fight, he says. Combatants ready. Begin. Cow Lady yells. Mora stretches out his hair as Mirio runs to him. This will be easy, Luna T. Harris. She yells, mounting her opponent's head, and grips him tightly with her legs before twisting her body, pulling with all of her superhuman leg strength and smashing him into the ground. 𝗔𝗵𝗲𝗵𝗃 has been defeated. Mirio is the winner. Cowgirl says as Izuku is shacking, terrified by how quickly she beat Mora. Daddy, aren't you happy? Ms. Bunny Lady won. Eri says, smiling as Toshinori looks at his trembling successor. Mirko is powerful, while not as strong as Endeavor or himself back in his prime. Toshi knows that Mirko will not go down without a long, hard fight. Wise Eri, but now that she's won, 𝗵𝗃 will have to fight her, he says, nervous. Later, Izuku walks alone on the streets. Melissa and his mom had decided to show Eri the I-expo, so Izuku decided to out walking for a bit as he suddenly feels a hand on his shoulder. Hey! Izuku nervously turns around to see none other than Mirko herself in front of him. Mirko, what can I do for you? He asks, stuttering. Where's your girlfriend and kid? She asks, wondering about Melissa and Eri, making Izuku blush. She's not my girlfriend. Izuku says, looking down, embarrassed. Huh, could have fooled me. Now come on, follow me. She says, confusing Izuku. What do you mean? He asks as Mirko turns to face him. To get to know my opponent some, so you follow me now. Got it? She yells, scaring him as he nods nervously. Later, SpongeBob narrator, so Midoriya, tell me about yourself. Mirko asks, with the two currently setting in a karaoke bar. Okay, but first, can you sign my hero notebook? Izuku asks nervously, handing her his hero notebook and a pin. Yeah, why not? She says, sighing it and giving it back to him. Thank you. Izuku says, nervous but happy he got her autograph. Don't mention it. Now tell me, Midoriya, why do you want to be a hero? She asks. I want to be just like All Might in that I can help people smile. I want to become the world's greatest hero. He says, smiling. Kinda ironic since your quirks are so similar, you can also sing, right? She asks. Why yes, but it's just a hobby. I don't plan on making music as a profession. He says. All right, Mr. Singer, sing me something. Mirko says, pointing to the stage. Izuku sighs, at least there aren't too many people in here, especially girls, as he gets up on the stage to see Mirko smirking. Then it hit him. Mirko was challenging him, even with their fight 𝗵𝗃. She's still challenging him as he turns to the DJ. Play Do You Like? He says as the DJ gives him a thumbs up, finding the song and playing it. Without me knowing they melt my heart to stone, and I hear your words that I made up. You say my name like there could be an us. I best tidy up, baby girl. You know what I want, let me do it to ya. Do it to ya, let me do ya like, logic, baby girl. You know what I want, let me do it to ya. Do it to ya, let me do ya like, yeah, let me get it right now. Make you get aroused, baby, you been on my mind for a while now. I just wanna take some time, write this rhyme with a appealing woman like you in mind, baby. Be mine, I'm trying to find what makes you tick, can we talk? Maybe walk around the park, trust me, girl I'll stand apart, all women ain't beaches and all men aren't dogs even though we bark, 'cause I just wanna get to know you, maybe run around and show you what a gentleman is, yeah, tell me what it do shawty, I'm coming for you, ain't talking about EC, I'm talking about something from above, I'm talking, 'bout love, I'm talking, 'bout love, 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 yeah. Now that you know that I'm for real, it's the perfect time to kill any fear that you may have. Baby girl, I won't be mad if you ain't feelin' it, but if you down, better believe I'm killin' it. Take you to the crib on that late night drillin' it. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 and the other woman in the bar blush as 𝗵𝗃𝗃 looks at Izuku curious. She has already been thinking he might be the one for her, but she can't fall for him so easily yet. She has to see how good he can fight first. Baby girl, you know what I want, let me do it to ya. Do it to ya, let me do ya like baby girl, you know what I want, let me do it to ya. Do it to ya, let me do ya like wait a second, hold up, how the hell you think I got this name? Girl, I'm all about the brain, why you think they call me logic, okay? Condom in my pocket, lay on the bed. Let me rock it, please don't stop the spit from profit, but this right here on the house F the bed, we cuttin', on the floor, then later on the couch, ladies give out, till I gets it and make you scream and make you grin from the very beginning, from the second I'm in, I'm trying to tease you. Let me please you, baby girl, you know I need you, do you like you never had it done putting work with this one? Right here, you know it's just for fun, give it to you like I was trying to conceive a son, I gets it done then I'm ready for more, so, ain't no telling where we'll go, but one thing that I know, if show, this angel has no halo. I don't play no games, you can ask my ex, I never eat the box, but if I control her I may select some freaky to start then bring it back, we can go for hours. Girl, I never slept, tell me how you want it, face to face or rough and from the back, just like that, she gone overwork me if I let her, but I don't give a damn, I just wanna feel better. Baby girl, you know what I want, let me do it to ya, let me do ya like. Baby girl, you know what I want, let me do it to ya, let me do ya like, baby girl, you know what I want, let me do it to ya, let me do ya like, Everyone in the bar cheers for Izuku as he blushes but smiles as he goes to sit back down to see 𝗵𝗃𝗃 completely shocked, her face redder than Kurishima's hair. 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝗃, how did I do? Izuku asked nervously. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 only nods her head, getting up about to leave, only to stop at the exit looking back at Izuku. You did great, but you're not going to be able to win me over that easily, so I'll tell you what, 𝗵𝗃𝗃, if you beat me. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 stops looking at Izuku with lust in her eyes. I'll give you a reward, she says, leaving. What? Izuku yells, going to the bathroom to splash some water on his face. What did she mean by reward? I don't Izuku yells, his eyes glowing green as he proceeds to destroy everything in that bathroom.